the defense was good, the offense was good, and the pitching was good. Zerpa, I'll give him credit where credit's due. Was good.
Was good last
Seth
night.
Lugo was fantastic.
And I thought Zerpa was going to tire there. I was watching the Ranger broadcast like Mac was, and they were talking about Zerpa getting into these like 20-some pitches and starting to tire a little bit and whatnot. And I'm like, this is that kind of moment. Like it's nutted up time, right? And he did. And he did nut it up and got out of that inning, man. That was big.
And then Schreiber went in there and cleaned it all up in a position that he's not normally used to being in. Your bullpen was heavily taxed last night. Your starting pitcher went out there and pitched 6 1/3. Went back out there. I thought that at bat against Simeon, which was like a 12-pitch at bat that he finished with a strikeout and got out of the inning. And then you bring in Zerpa, and then you bring in Schreiber, and then the game is over. You're 4 games above 500. You've jumped Cleveland. You've jumped Texas. You now sit 2.5 games out of the wild card. The race is on, and here comes pride in the backstretch. So now it's like stick to your team, play like you're playing right now. And this is the Royals team that I think when they said at the beginning of the season in spring training, we're a playoff team. By God, this is a damn good playoff team playing baseball right now, and it can only get better if they keep playing this way.
Yeah, they're playing good right now, and it's got to kind of stay that way. And I'll push back a little bit. I don't think we're on house money with this team right now. I think this team
with this homestand.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we're on house money with this homestand either, because this team put itself in that position where you have to go out there now and win all these games. And you don't want to go back at the end of the season and look back and say, man, if we would have just won more game against a bad Ranger team, we would be in this position. So I don't think it's house money right now on this homestand. I think right now it is go for it mode, right? You're in it to win every single night, because the more wins that you can stack now, the less you got to do at the end of the year. And, we always talk about keep the losing teams losing. Texas is a losing team. You're getting ready to play some big boys coming up in the next week or so. So you've got an opportunity here. I want this homestand to end, and I want this team to be 6 games over 500, right? I don't want to give anything back to the Texas Rangers. I just don't think we're in that position right now. Had they played better all season long, and absolutely we're on house money on this homestand. But I think the Royals have put themselves in that position where we're not on house money right now. We got to go take advantage of Texas and make them feel hurt when they leave here tomorrow afternoon on that flight back to Dallas. Like, you got to go sweep these guys, man. Put yourself in a position that's easier. Stop making it so hard. It's been hard all season long. Take advantage of a team that's quit.
I also think just because you're on house money doesn't mean you have to leave the table. I mean, you don't have to leave the table, but you have now a stack of chips in front of you that you did not have 9 days ago. Right. You're 7-1 in the last 8 games at home. The only loss you have is that final game in that national series, and now you have a chance to win a series. You definitely could go 9-1 in a 10-game homestand.
Be perfect.
But again, you don't have to get it from the table if you have house money. You can be greedy as that poker player, which is where they sit currently. You can take all of the chips off the table and leave with all of the money in the briefcase and walk out. You don't have to leave it on there. So go take it all. Go be greedy. Go get a little bit more wins.
Yeah, it's greedy time, man. It really is. It's like you and I at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
No doubt, man. As long as the guy's not sweating cutting the prime rib.
Yeah. Sweaty meat carver.
Coming up on the other side, top players in the NFL, not a quarterback. We give ours on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan. Go Royals. Your home for those Kansas City Royals, 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Hey, well, yo, man.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, guys, it's Dusty Likens, and I'm here to once again remind you of my friends over at Heartland Men's Health. Look, summer's in full swing. Sun's out, nights are warm, and everything feels a little bit more alive. You should feel good this time of year, confident, connected, ready to enjoy it all, not worried about erectile dysfunction. But if you are struggling with ED, Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So schedule a consult with the Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and it includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and the new office in North Kansas City. Call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
You don't need to be a financial MVP right out of the gate. At Main Street Credit Union, we're here to coach you through it. No matter where you're at, lining up for your first play or deep in the game, we'll help you move the ball forward. From building credit, to launching a business. Because here, it's not just about money, it's about progress and having a team that's got your back. Learn more at mainstreetcu.org.
The world's coming to Kansas City in 2026. Is your parking lot ready? Faded lines, potholes, unsafe sidewalks. Gann Asphalt and Concrete is your winning team. One contractor. All things parking lot. Visit GannAsphalt.com today.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit SaveALifeNow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brad's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where batteries are as low as $89.99. Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Brad is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Missouri, get ready! DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. Later this football season, you'll be able to bet same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more right here in Missouri. Whether you're backing Kansas City to dominate on Sundays or sweating your basketball picks, DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you want to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. And when we go live in Missouri, you'll be betting from home with the top-rated sportsbook trusted by millions. Safe, secure, and ready to deliver the action like never before. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965 now to gear up for launch in Missouri. Be the first in line for exclusive promos and can't-miss offers. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. RENNER forward and back.
Almost Andy Reid here. Renner Garage Door has proudly served KC for nearly 70 years. Get your free estimate today. RENNER forward and back.
RENNER.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hanner's pitch hit high in the air to left field. Going back is Watson. He's at the wall. He won't be able to get it. That's a home run. That is the fourth Storm Chaser home run of the game. It is the second that is a multi-run homer.
That's our guy last night, Jack Caglione, going Oppo Taco last night. Also made a diving grab. Yep. Well, hate it all you want. Guy's going to be back on the roster before you know it. And it's fine. It's going to be okay.
Where do you see at-bats for Jack Caglione at the big league level at this point in time? Because I don't. I really don't. I don't think there's any need to bring Jack Caglione back up to this club unless you're doing it to hopefully gain him a little bit of confidence going into the offseason. But based on what he did up here, there's no guarantees that he's going to have that confidence when he comes up here to the, in the September call-ups or whatever it is. But, man, Yaz again last night with another big home run. I mean, Rave's still playing well. Like, there's literally no room for Jack Caglione at the big league level right now at all. I cannot sacrifice anybody in this lineup right now with their at-bats for Jack Caglione. This team is playing too good right now to mess things up.
No, yeah. I don't think he needs to replace Yaz. I would like him to see him over John Rave. I think he gives you more production there. I just don't think there's anything else he can accomplish in AAA other than just keep crushing it and then do what he's supposed to do, which is force their hand, which I think is an okay hand to force. I don't think that you necessarily have to be in the same mindset of Jack Caglione saying that he has to play every day. You could say that he lost his, role in being a player on this roster. That's fine. He's definitely earned it back by what he's done in AAA. Now, come back and try to fight for a spot on the roster where you can be in there as much as possible. Right now, that may not be there, but why not have Yaz in right, Isbell in center, whoever in left, whether it's Rave or Caglione, let Caglione DH, right?
Because I think Jack Caglione right now is a detriment to this team. I don't think he's very good defensively at the big league level, and I don't think he's very good offensively right now.
Yeah, you've got
at the big league level.
You've got 48 games of judgment on that.
I know, and I know what I've seen, and I know where this team is right now, and the way that they're playing, and everything that's going on. Like, I don't mess with things that work, and this is working right now for whatever reason. I had somebody in the organization, close to the organization, I should say, text me last night and go, "We got to sign Yaz to a long-term deal." I'm like, all right, let's pump the brakes. We're going to ride Yaz out like a backup running back, like a Kareem Hunt last year, that you pick up and kind of ride him to the finish line and whatnot. And
brought Kareem Hunt back.
They did. They absolutely did. But I would not bring Yaz back. And I would open it next year for Jack Caglione to have an opportunity to win a spot on this roster. But I still think you go out in this offseason and you still try to add a veteran major league bat to this team. I just don't think right now is the right time to try to get Jack Caglione up to the big league level. I think we tried that. It didn't work. This team is playing great baseball right now, and I'm not interested in messing it up at all for anything by trying to get somebody in at bat, trying to get somebody an inning in the field or anything like that. Like, right now with this team moving in the direction that it's moving, man, I like the way that they're playing right now. They feel confident right now. They feel like there's a burden that's been lifted off of them. They're playing like it's nobody's business right now. It doesn't matter. They're playing free. They're playing clear. They've had so much pressure, self-inflicted, from the beginning of this season, and now they're out of that self-pressure, and they're just playing pure baseball right now.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that, he could DH when Sal catches, and then if you want to give, Sal a day off from catching, then you can have melee catch, and Sal can DH, and Cags can take the day off, or you can put him in left because I think he gives you more production than John Rave when it comes to prospect-wise and talent-wise. Yes, you have a fan club. The entire text line hates Jack Caglione, apparently. The entire city has flipped on Jack Caglione. That's totally fine.
But I think
I'll sit back and I'll enjoy it because you said, where's he taking bats from? John Rave has not given me a productive at-bat. He hit a home run, I guess, the other day. That's great. He made a great outfield assist. But again, something has to open up is what we've been told by Q. He's got to keep proving he's doing it. AAA is clearly not where he belongs. I'm just reading the room of what I've seen, and if he's a bat off the bench and you can extend your rosters on September 1st, which I think when he comes back up to this team, I think is inevitable, then maybe he doesn't have to play every day. Maybe he doesn't have to be your starting left fielder or starting right fielder, but he could start off in left and then you could move Rave out there. I mean, we saw Tyler Tolbert miss a play the other night in left field. What's Tyler Tolbert bringing to the team? That's fine. But other than that, you have to be in that situation. Maybe with Caglione, you have to have a situation. You're not messing with the formula of the team. You're not messing with Garcia. You're not messing with Sal, Vinny, Bobby, any of those guys. Yaz, any of those guys. But I think that you have that power on the bench. That's a great thing to have, just like having that great speed asset is a great thing to have in Tyler Tolbert. Maybe the game's 2-2 in the bottom of the eighth and Cag's on the bench like, hey, man, no pressure. Go up there and try to hit the living piss out of the ball. Don't try to have a productive bat. Just go try to hit one to the moon. And next thing you know, he gets in that comfortable role, and then that develops into what he can be next year.
Yeah, but I think Tyler Tolbert's more valuable to this team right now than Jack Caglione is. And we have seen Cags' skill set at the big league level. There's nothing right now that I saw from him.
In 48 games.
I know, in 48 games. But he may be too good for AAA, but he's not good enough for the big leagues right now. And both can be true. And that there's nothing wrong with that.
So you think he's a 4A player?
I didn't say that. I said he's not ready for the big leagues right now. And I've been consistent on it. I didn't think he was ready for the big leagues when they brought him up. I didn't think he was ready for the big leagues in spring training.
But he doesn't need to be in AAA.
But he doesn't need to be at this big league ball club because he right now is an anchor on this team. He is not somebody that is a productive player that's moving this team in the right direction at this point in time. Could he change? Could he be that guy? You bet. But right now, Tyler Tolbert is more valuable to this team than Jack Caglione because if you are in a 2-2 game, Tolbert can pinch run, steal you second, steal you third, sack fly, he scores. Jack Caglione's not doing that for you right now. I've seen Jack Caglione in the outfield. Not that Tolbert's much better, but I've seen Jack Caglione in the outfield. He's not ready to be that major league outfielder yet, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to stay down for a little bit longer and make sure that you are ready to come up to this ball club because as of right now, I don't know what in his skill set gives you the opportunity to bring him up and say he needs to be in the lineup or he needs to be on the field. He has not done anything yet, in my opinion, with his skill set to say, God, I got to have this guy up here at the big league level. And also, too, remember where JJ was in 2014 and 15 when they saw the speed, that's what speed do and how important that was in 14 and 15. We're seeing a carbon copy. We're seeing a good bullpen. We're seeing that speed. We're seeing timely hitting right now. We're seeing some of these veteran guys come in like, this is why I love history so much because what we're looking at right now is exactly what this ball club did in 14 and 15. They started to struggle a little bit. What did they do? They went out and got veterans, man. Not household names, but veteran bats that can give you the opportunity to get hits, to work counts, to get deeper into counts, to get on base, to make plays. They went out there and they did the exact same thing that they did in 14 and 15. And so speed matters for this team. Defense matters for this team. Cags really doesn't bring either of those to the equation right now. I just don't know what his skill set is and why I think he should be up here. I'm not saying he's a 4A player. He's definitely not a AAA player, but he's not quite ready to be a big league player yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it takes time. George Brett went back down to the minor leagues. Mike Moustakas, went down to the minor leagues. We've seen Alex Gordon go down to the minor leagues, and they turn around, they come up great baseball players. And so that's possible. I just think we just let it play out. And I just don't think there's any reason to rush Jack Caglione up here because he doesn't provide me anything that I currently need or don't have on this roster.
I mean, agree to disagree. I just think he gives you more options than John Rave and Tyler Tolbert, in my opinion, because Tyler Tolbert has only value if somebody gets on. Jack Caglione doesn't need to have somebody on to score a run, in my opinion. I mean, power's there, AAA production's there, but again, like we've been told, something has to open up, and he has to keep doing what he's supposed to be doing. So just continue to hit 390 in AAA, hit a home run every game, have a slug of 980 or 1,000, have an OPS of 1,000. Just keep being yourself, I guess. I don't know, but September 1st, you'll see Caglione back on this roster, whether anybody likes it or not. Speaking of like it or not, who is the best player in the NFL not named a quarterback?
I've done a lot of thinking on this one, man.
Because Carrington had a really good answer.
Okay.
Do you want me to give it to
you?
Yes,
yeah.
He said Myles Garrett.
It's a great answer.
I wouldn't have considered him.
That's
Okay.
where I saw this yesterday because Matt Miller sent a tweet out, fun debate this morning, excluding quarterbacks, who's the best player in the NFL. Carrington quote tweeted and said,
and that's a good one. It's Cleveland. It's like the Rangers, right? My mind doesn't go there.
But even if it's Cleveland, 2 years ago, he anchored that number one defense in the league.
He was fantastic.
Right.
And that's my bad for not thinking of Myles Garrett. But Chris Jones makes the conversation. I'm not saying he's the answer. He makes the conversation.
He's a really big focal point in the final 2 episodes of The Kingdom.
Yeah, he is.
Him and Spags are kind of cute.
Yeah.
I mean that in a weird way, but like you can tell, like he's like, his wife's like, "What's your favorite pasta?" And he's like, "Ah, man." And he's like, "Don't ask him that question.
Like, stop." How do you not like Chris Jones with that personality? Like
he's just
he's
the
guy
best.
that everybody
Well,
loves.
and when they played his speech in the locker room with the closed doors after the Super Bowl, goosebumps. To me, outside of episode 2, that episode sucks. The last episode sucks if you're a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, it does.
Because Mahomes is just cussing and whining and and you're just like, damn it, dude, I get it, frustration.
But the ending of that
and then
episode,
they close the doors and Chris Jones gives this speech.
I'm excited.
And it's kind of like you're like, there you go, because we were all in that locker room.
man.
Yeah.
Not an eye was up, not a head was up.
rough.
Butker lost his suit. Somebody stole his suit.
Butker was naked with a towel for an hour while we were in
Couldn't
there.
find his suit. Was the best part of the Super Bowl.
Isaiah Pacheco is in a dead 100-yard stare
It
to
was
the
crazy,
floor,
yeah.
just completely just not there.
The only person that talked, I think, was Caliendo.
Yeah,
Kelsey did.
Well, Kelsey spoke
Kelsey-
to everyone.
we
Yeah,
had Kelsey's, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. No one spoke.
Like they did their podium stuff, but nobody in that locker, even Trey looked at me, Bob, not today. I'm like, okay.
Rick, sorry.
But I think my answer on this, if I have to be honest, is one of two LSU receivers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. And the reason I say this is we give Kevin O'Connell a lot of credit. He deserves it. A lot of quarterbacks have done very well in Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold. We'll see J.J. McCarthy this year. Why? I would say a lot of it is number 18 on the outside, Justin Jefferson. Joe Burrow is a stud quarterback. I think a lot of the reason why is what he did in LSU is with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and what he's done with Cincinnati and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, if I'm picking non-quarterbacks, you can hate him all you want. Dude's an absolute bona fide stud and a certified G. So is Justin Jefferson. Those would be my two guys outside of quarterback because of what they can do for their quarterback.
Yeah, I've got them on my list as well. Again, I battled this a lot yesterday of thinking about this. And part of me was like, am I saying this name because it's been a popular name lately? Micah Parsons is in that conversation as
100%.
well. I mean, and I didn't know if that was recency bias based on everything that's going on in Dallas, but the more I thought about it, Micah Parsons is my answer. I think he's the best non-quarterback in the NFL. He plays that premium position. He gets to the quarterback. He's a difference maker. Should be the highest paid defensive end of all time, obviously. And if he gets out of Dallas and can really show what he can do, I'd like to see that guy in the playoffs on a big-time stage do some really good things. So I think Micah Parsons is the guy for me.
No, that's a great answer. I'd go same position. I'd go TJ Watt.
Okay.
Because I've seen him single-handedly win games for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You really have.
It's just like he's got an interception. It's 3 sacks. It's a forced fumble, and they win 13-10. You're like, damn, if they don't have TJ Watt, that game is over. And that just happens so often with them. But I think Justin Jefferson's another great one because with Jamar Chase, he's always had Joe Burrow, which isn't his fault. It's just the fact of it. He's always had a really good quarterback.
How cool is that, though, man? To go to college with the guy and then to play in the NFL with the guy.
It'd be incredible.
I mean, you want to talk about chemistry, right? That's fantastic.
It's insane. And if they win a Super Bowl together, I mean, it'll be one of the most historic duos in sports. Yeah, I know, right?
That's the Bengals,
man. But Jefferson's been able to do it, like you mentioned, Dusty, just with every quarterback. I just think, and you add the mental game inside. Like, I think he's stronger mentally than Jamar Chase. We've seen Jamar Chase break and lose his team games because of his mental instability on the field. So, yeah, I'd go Jefferson and TJ.
That's interesting. We all kind of went different routes. You know, you went wide receiver, I went Parsons, you went TJ Watt. We're all over the place on that one.
Yeah.
Is there a legit top 5 where you're like, okay, these are the top 5 best non-quarterbacks and everybody's going to agree on? Because I think everybody agrees JJ and Chase are on that list. I'd put TJ Watt on that list. I'm sure you would put Micah Parsons on that list.
And then Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, maybe.
That's 5, right?
I mean, you could also say Max Crosby.
You could.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Need more from Aiden Hutchinson.
Right, he got the
more
injury,
time.
right?
Yeah.
And don't expect much this year from him. I mean, everybody's going to expect so much from him, and he's got that knee thing, barking still.
He's washed.
Yeah.
Get ready for that.
It's interesting. Would you rather have a franchise wide receiver or a franchise defensive end?
Are you talking to me, Bob
Anybody.
Fescoe with the Chiefs, or who's my quarterback?
It's too many.
Question.
I mean,
because I'm going defensive end.
I think so too.
Regardless.
Because all the picks we take are receivers and defensive end. There's no linebacker. There's no corner. There's no running back. Because leaving Saquon off.
Yeah,
right.
Just Saquon's like up, down, up, down. Like this should be a down year for Saquon Barkley based on his career.
Yes,
right?
Based on his career. I think this is a fun conversation because we haven't gotten to have this in the last few years. I mean, the last couple we have, but this wasn't a conversation until Aaron Donald retired because the second best player in football for 7 years was Aaron Donald.
Would have been unanimous.
Yes, unanimous.
Right.
Yeah. Impacted the game more than anyone outside the quarterback
Well, he
position.
won an MVP, or I guess they won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, Lawrence Taylor's the last defensive player to win MVP in 1986. And before that, it was Alan Page of the Vikings. That's it.
Wow. That's crazy.
How are we not rewarding defensive players now? Because I think we talked about this earlier in the week, or maybe it was last week, how it has shifted. You know, we talked about the Chiefs draft in 2022, and they just decided to become a defensive team because that's where the best players on the board were. the players on defense over the last 5 or 6 years have gotten just as good as offensive players.
Yeah.
You're seeing athletes on the defensive side of the field. If there's a guy out there that just dominates on defense this year, why can't we give the MVP to him? Whether it's TJ Watt or Micah Parsons or Myles Garrett, all three on teams that probably aren't going to be great. But what if Chris Jones has 14 sacks this year for the Kansas City Chiefs and they end up again 15-2, win the division by 4 games?
Yeah.
Why isn't Chris Jones in the conversation for MVP? Because you can make the case those 14 sacks are more important than anything else that happened on the field defensively.
100%. I think it takes a good situation. Him being on a good team is going to hurt him. Guy like TJ Watt, if they win 11 games and he has 16 sacks, he means that much more. Like, you know what I mean? That's
I
need
do,
the narrative,
yeah.
but you're right, it's just not going to happen.
You're right, and I roll my eyes because I'm like, you're right. It's like Coach of the Year.
It's exactly like that.
And it's also the fact they have their own award.
Yep.
Right. Quarterbacks don't have their award. They have the MVP. So
I know.
We need a quarterback.
Quarterback of the year, man.
And then you have the defensive MVP, which is essentially the defensive player of the year. Speaking of football, I kind of want to give credit to ESPN because I know we give them a lot of blank a lot because they ruin a lot of stuff. Like they're getting ready to buy MLB TV.
Which is actually good because I think what they're going to do is take all the MLB TV games, put them on their app, no blackouts. That's kind of the rumor.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so
that's the only thing people care about.
But one thing I will say is where TNT understood basketball and got the personalities right with Chuck, Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and those guys.
Goats.
Right? I think ESPN's Monday night pre- and post-game show is a carbon copy of that with similarities in their personalities, right? Scott Van Pelt is Ernie Johnson. Jason Kelsey is Shaquille O'Neal. Kendrick Perkins, not Kendrick Perkins.
Well, Jason Kelsey's on that. Is he on ESPN now, or wasn't he on Amazon?
I think he's on ESPN.
He was on there the other night when it was Bengals in Washington. And then what's his name? Big dude that sits next to Jason Kelsey.
Marcus Spears.
Marcus Spears. Yeah. He's essentially your Charles Barkley. And then you've got, you have your insider that comes on there every once in a while on. And then I think Ryan Clark plays the Kenny Smith role.
Perfect.
Right? Kind of the cool, calm, collected guy. You may not agree with everything that Ryan Clark says, but he's not the flamboyant, funny personalities that the other two are.
No, he's very serious.
And then also we saw some news yesterday that ESPN's bringing back 2 guys that are generational for Mac and I's generation, which is also a little bit of yours. Alex Smith and Field Yates get extensions. Field Yates is fantastic.
He's awesome.
Alex Smith is really good on TV, and they really lean into their football. Whereas I think it's fun to watch these guys kind of show their personalities because I don't think Thursday Night Football's broadcast is very good with Richard Sherman and Whitworth and Fitzpatrick. I think they're okay.
I think Whitworth has gotten too big for himself. Like, Whitworth was better before everybody loved Andrew Whitworth. And I'm just saying that.
I don't think Tony G's good. I mean, he's been with 7 different networks.
He's been with everybody, yeah. He really has.
Richard Sherman's okay.
He's fine.
But ESPN, Monday Night Football, the games are always not electric, so I think that's why we kind of put it to the side. But those guys on there with their personalities and their show, it gives me a little bit of similar vibes to the TNT setup. And then you see what ESPN's doing. They're going with their young and aspiring stars, and Alex Smith, who I think is awesome when they do the 11 o'clock pregame before the all that stuff. And then Field Yates, he's knowledgeable, and he also feeds you the fantasy spoon of fantasy leagues, which even though people say they don't care about your fantasy football team, I know a lot of people are at 9 a.m., they're listening to Max, sitting in text saying, hey, who do I play? Do you like this guy? You like this matchup? And everybody's got a fantasy league, and you put it on ESPN, and Field Yates is talking, you're like, this guy gets it.
But I think he talks about it, and I'm sure, Mac, you do as well on the weekends, from a generic standpoint. You don't talk about it from my own, this is my team, because nobody's fan. It's like a snowflake, right? Nobody's fantasy team is the same, right?
Yes, exactly.
It just isn't, right? And so if you talk about, well, my team, you lose interest. But if you talk about, hey, here's a sneaky pick if you're looking for a running back. I like this guy late in the rounds, or he's a waiver pickup this week or something like that. Like something that everybody can relate to. Fantasy sports conversation is great. You just have to know how to do it the right way too. Like the gambling stuff as well.
Exactly.
You can't talk about your own wins and losses because nobody's betting the same stuff. You got to talk about from a general perspective and how you can relate. And I think they do a good job with that on ESPN because I'll even watch that segment. I'm not a fantasy guy, but you'll sit there and you'll gain some knowledge.
Exactly. You'll learn something.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we'll have Field Yates on the show, this fantasy football show, this Sunday morning.
Hell of a tease.
Here we go.
You think? Is there?
That
Does
is
Spectre
happening.
screw this up? Okay.
We're doing that. Yes. 9 to 10. Field Yates will be on for 15 minutes.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
That's right. It's Poll Question Wednesday. It's the Fescoe and Dusty poll that we do every Wednesday. Who is that team that worries you the most in the AFC West? Is it the Chargers? Is it Denver? Is it Vegas? Or is it none, really?
I mean, I would go none, really. Denver's where I would lean. But I've heard like some people are not kind of down on Bo Nix. Like, let's play the games, man.
Please.
It's time to play the games. I was talking to somebody in the league this morning. They're like, it's just time. We're just ready for week one. Like the players, the coaches, the league, they're all ready for week one, and we got to meander through whatever's going to happen on Friday, you know?
You can't get to week one without getting through week 0, which means we go to our hero, and that is Jay Binkley. Let me tell you something, Dust Man. He comes up on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Jay Binkley.
There's juice all over the place.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, if you're traveling this year to watch the team on the road, then you need to make your reservations at Park & Go because they are fantastic. And you know when you park at Park & Go, you're going to get great customer service, you're going to get covered parking, you're going to save money, and you're going to get to your flight on time. And even better yet, you're going to get home right away after that plane lands because that's the customer service that Park & Go provides. After you make that flight reservation, go immediately to bookparkandgo.com. Boom, you're there, right? Book your reservation for that all-covered parking. Every spot is covered. And then prepay because when you prepay, you're going to save money and you're going to get their lowest rate when you prepay at bookparkandgo.com or with their easy-to-use app. And then it's done. It's taken care of. Show up on the day of your flight. Give them that reservation number. Just scan it right there at the gate. It'll open. Boom. You drive right to that spot that they have reserved specifically for you. And as soon as you get to that spot, the van will meet you and take you right to the airport terminal. No waiting at all. And then when you get back, just grab your bags, run outside if you want, or walk leisurely and jump on the bus. It takes you right back to the trunk of your car immediately. So join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park & Go, family owned and operated.
Transform your home with the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC. Powell Exteriors KC will create the perfect custom deck or patio cover to keep you cool, comfortable, and loving life outside. Get your free estimate now, and you could be enjoying your new deck or patio in a matter of weeks. Siding, windows, roofing, they do it all. This time of year, it's all about decks, cover, and shade. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com to schedule your free estimate today. It's the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC, Kansas City's exterior experts.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Underdog are ready for you, and football season is here, and now you can play on the Underdog app in the state of Missouri. Right now, today, this second, Underdog is the best place to select entries and win money all football season long. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns and receiving yards, interceptions, and more. And get all your entries right, and you could win up to 1,000 times your cash, and you can play with as little as $1. And it's also baseball season still going on. So if you're like me, you like combining entries from baseball and football into one selection and then seeing what you can do. So download the Underdog app today, sign up with promo code Bob, and score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 with promo code Bob. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS _.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu. KC's premier Wagyu meat market is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and at 95th in Knoll. Whether you're looking to wow your family at a tailgate or sear the best steaks ever on the deck, Booth Creek Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. You won't regret it. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations. Open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Let me tell you about this new pretzel cheddar club.
Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list, I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Missouri side, 71 northbound, still rolling from 87th to Gregory. Kansas side, 70 eastbound, getting heavy around 110th Street with construction. Moves better over by 435. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber, is different than a lot of plumbers out there. They don't overpromise and underdeliver. They do what they say they will, so call Connolly Plumbing Solutions at 913-768-7676. Visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
He loves beer and chewing tobacco, football and boobs. He knows Bobby Bowden. He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense.
Love the song. I played this for my kids the other day, and they go, "Oh, that's a great song about Ralph." I said, "No."
Pretty close.
Essentially the same person.
Love you, Ralphie.
It says its name in the song.
I know, but before it started, like you play the beginning and beer and chewing tobacco and all that. Yeah,
That's
my
true,
kids are
that's
like,
fair.
"Hey, that song about Ralph?"
Check. Yeah.
Poll questions up and out for the Fescoe and Dusty poll question that we do every Wednesday on the Fan 965 on Twitter. What AFC West team worries you the most? The Broncos, the Chargers, the Raiders, or none of them? Jay Binkley, that is your question to start this interview. Which AFC West team worries you the most?
I would probably say Denver, only because that defense was so good last year. Third in the NFL at points against. Very good at stopping the run, one of the best teams at stopping the run. Their pass defense was right about where the Chiefs were, but you had Jahdae Barron, the quarterback out of Texas, and I'd like Sean Payton as head coach there, and Bo Nix. We'll see what he can do in year two.
Very good. Denver. That's kind of where I would lean. I think that may be the one that kind of runs away with this thing. But let's talk about the Chiefs, the left side of the offensive line, seemingly something we love to talk about. We know Josh Simmons is legit at that left tackle spot. We're ready to roll with him. What about guard? Is Kingsley the answer? Because now he seems to be the most scrutinized gentleman on this team.
Well, it's going to be scrutinized a lot, and the one thing the Chiefs can't afford to play around with that left side because you want to get the most production out of your rookie left tackle. Having him next to Kingsley, he's really trying to find his way in pass protection is not the best thing. I know that they want him to be there, and he needs to work out. I mean, that was a second-round pick last year. That was going to be your heir apparent, your left tackle of the future. That didn't work out. So, okay, you've got to work out now at left guard. We know he's got the physical ability. Look how good he is in the run game because the guy can get out in space, can do some things, and he's a very versatile type guy that can do things, but he's not doing it in the run game for the Chiefs. And, he's making a play or two, in his limited snaps he's had. He hadn't had a ton of snaps in preseason, I get that, but he's making that mistake that could be a costly mistake going forward. And I don't think the Chiefs can afford to do that. I mean, they need stability at that left side. They're not in here to put training wheels on and develop players. They're there to win Super Bowls. Still having a window with some of these guys like Chris Jones still playing, Kelsey still playing. They want to win and win now. So if Kingsley isn't the answer, it will be a quick hook. We start week 1, I could see that. But now week 2, week 3, what happens at left guard? It could be Caliendo. And, it could be Jalen Moore, to be honest with you. But they've got to have stability in the left side because you've got to be able to protect Patrick Mahomes because that was the problem last year.
Binkley, you think the NFL owes Kansas City?
I do. I think the NFL owes Kansas City, and when you hear this, floated out about a 10-game suspension and stuff like that for Rice, think about this, though. And you might say, why does the NFL owe Kansas City? Well, they do. Let's be honest with you. Kansas City is the league. You guys saw the kingdom. You know the history of the Kansas City Chiefs. They named the damn Super Bowl. But they owe Kansas City for the excitement of football in the Midwest when 92 games were NFL games, number 1 in this country in 2023. 15 of them were Chiefs. And again, as I've said it, the NFL had a Peacock game. It was the Chargers versus the Bills, but the first postseason game was the Chiefs. The first Netflix postseason game was the Chiefs. The first Amazon Prime game was the Chiefs. The first ever YouTube game is going to be the Chiefs. What does this have in common? Well, the NFL salary cap was supposed to be about $270 million. Well, it's actually $279 million because of all the money the NFL is making from their streaming partners. Well, what do the streaming partners all want? What's the one common denominator?
Chiefs.
They want the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs make that league millions. Then Taylor Swift and all that and all the money they bring into the NFL. Yeah, they owe the Chiefs a solid.
So what do you think that means? Because we heard the 10-game suspension. I've talked to some people close to the organization. There's like 4 to 6, but hell if we know. Like nobody can really read this one, Jay.
No one does. I mean, I kind of like the way that it is to play in the beginning of the season. And I know it sounds weird. People want to get it out of the way. I heard some of the people just get the suspension out of the way. I would be okay if it's 4 games into the season and then he gets the suspension. I don't want to see 10 games for sure. 4 to 6, I think, is what we're looking at now at this possibility. But I don't want it right in the beginning because, I know Hollywood Brown with the ankle. He's been out there working out and doing those things, so he'll probably play earlier in the season. But can you bank on that? Can you 100% bank on that? I'd rather have Rashee Rice for the Chiefs getting off to a good start. And I know they get off to good starts. That's fine. But when you're playing the Chargers in Brazil, turn around playing the Eagles, get off to a good start. And have Rashee Rice, and then when he has the suspension, Jalen Royals is more acclimated with the offense. We saw last year with Xavier Worthy. It took halfway through the season before he became that dude for the Kansas City Chiefs, kind of understanding the offense. And even Andy Reid said that he waited and put formations for receivers, throughout the season, week 7 and week 8, because everybody was so new to the system. So I'm okay with that. Because get off to a hot start. We see what getting off to a bad start does to a team like the Cincinnati Bengals every year. So if you had Rice in the beginning and it gave time for Jalen Royals to get in his flow, do that. I still wish they would have gone out and got Keenan Allen. I know some people aren't wild about that, but he's one of the better slot receivers in the NFL. And to me, he was in case of emergency break glass. Well, if Rashee Rice is out for 6 games or more, that is in case of emergency break glass.
Binkley, there's a big game coming up this Saturday in Dublin, Ireland. We'll have Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Kansas State Wildcats, on a little bit later today. What does this game do for you in week 0 with K-State versus Iowa State?
Well, let me tell you something, Dust, man.
Okay.
We finally have football. And not only that, just think about this. Glorious, glorious football. We are real football. College football, there's no preseason. There's no preseason to get these guys, 10 snaps, 11 snaps there. Sit there, put the headset on, do the interview. No, they have to go right away. And this is a top 25 matchup between Kansas State and Iowa State. I can't wait. 2 quarterbacks in Rocco Beck at Iowa State and Avery Johnson in Kansas State trying to prove something. Kansas State, I think one of the 3 or 4 teams that can win the Big 12. And, of course, Iowa State is in that mix as well. They were in the Big 12 title game last year. But 5 games Saturday. You got Kansas, playing this week as well. And then, of course, the following weekend is all college football because you get the 2 weekends of college football before the NFL. Fellas, go get that Oktoberfest, get your brew, get your nachos. We're good to go until September. So hopefully you got the date and weddings and things like that crap out of the way because it's football time.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of fall weddings. I think we have one every weekend in September. Are you still on that hill, Jay?
Yes, I am. You know what? I just ordered a shirt that says "Ban Fall Weddings" with like a football on the front of it. Yeah. They shouldn't do it, but we're locked in now. It's football season. No one should be married in the fall. That's ridiculous. And that just means you don't like your friends. That's what it means. If you get married in the fall, you're telling your friends, "I don't like you."
Really? Why?
Because they don't want to miss games. I mean, they're going to be huddled up in the bar at the reception or whatever and watching the game and not watching your big moment. What's that?
We're not living in Alabama.
Bob, you'd be surprised going to weddings in the fall. Everybody, on their cell phones, watching at their table. Everybody's, grouped over there watching the games. No one wants to go. Hey, Saturday nights are some of the best nights in college football, and you're like, man, I got to go to this stupid wedding and blah, blah, blah. And no one wants to do that, man. No one wants to take that on Saturday night because there's so many good games on. And if they're Missouri fans or K-State or Kansas and they have night games or, you have big-time college football matchups on Saturday night. No one wants to be dragged out and go to that wedding. You know how long these things take.
I understand that, but I've got at least, I think, 2 in September. I'm looking forward to both of those. Josh from Smokehouse Barbecues getting married. I can't wait for his wedding. And then a friend of ours is getting married later that month. I can't wait to go to that wedding. I'm going to see people I haven't seen in a long time.
I've got 2 as myself, Bob. I got 2 myself, but will I go? That's the real question.
Is it somebody close to you, Jay? And what game will you be missing? The Western Kentucky versus South Alabama game? I mean,
I would say, relatively close. I would say that, but I think about this. That's you're getting a toaster, man. You're going to drag me out for college football, missing games. You're getting a damn toaster. I would get you more if you waited till the spring or early summer. That's when you get married. Look at Rob last year. That was perfect timing when he got married, there in the summer or 2 years ago, whenever it was, last year, I think. But he got married outside of football season. But nobody really wants to go, Bob. I know that it's there, and you're like, oh, you're happy for your friend or your family member, and you're excited. Hey, we're glad you're getting married and all that. But are you really? Do you really want to sacrifice getting off that couch and getting away that beer and going to a wedding on Saturdays? I mean, your wife may love it. Your girlfriend might love it going to the wedding, but you don't. Like, deep down, people say, yeah, let's go. Deep down, guys don't want to go to weddings in the fall. They just don't. If you want everybody happy at your wedding, don't get married during football season.
You happy you did that? You just woke up that bag of demons right there from Binkley?
Sorry,
man, when you get married, if you ever do, don't get married in the fall. You know better.
Well, if I do, I know I'll not be getting you or a +1.
I mean,
you get married, Jay, I'm buying you a pizza cutter.
Yeah.
I'm just saying don't do it. Bobby, you know how it is, man. It's probably the last thing you want to do on Sunday.
The older I've gotten, the less I care about that. Like in my 20s when I was single, I was waving that flag. Now that I'm in my 40s and married, it doesn't really matter anymore to me.
Yeah, but football never dissipates, Bob. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
No doubt about it. Binkley, go finish yourself off after that wedding take, because I know you're hot. So
go take a cold shower.
We'll talk to you next week, Binkley. We appreciate the time.
All right, guys.
I'm lost for words. Coming up next, we'll talk about what Damian Woody had to say here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Let me tell you about my friends over at Golden Oak Lending. These guys have been with us probably for about 10 years now, right? We've dealt with Golden Oak Lending because they're awesome and they help us all the time get a great low rate on our mortgage, right? We're like everybody else. You pay your credit card bills, you got your school tuition due, you got weddings coming up. There's bills, and you're always looking for ways to take a break from those bills. Well, Golden Oak Lending could probably give you an opportunity to do just that. But it starts with their free mortgage checkup. It is risk-free. There is no paperwork or credit card required. It's just a simple phone call with Golden Oak Lending. And I encourage everybody to take this. We do it about twice a year. We talk to Tom over at Golden Oak Lending and kind of go through everything, where we are, what we want to accomplish, and then they look to see if they've got a mortgage that's better than the one that we're currently in. If they do, great, let's jump on it. And if they don't, they'll tell us that as well. They're never going to put you in a mortgage or a situation that isn't better than the one that you're in right now. And with Golden Oak Lending, the average cash-out customer saves $1,104 per month. And when you refinance with Golden Oak Lending, you could skip 2 mortgage payments as well. So you're going clear into the Thanksgiving holiday season without having to make that mortgage payment. So get in touch with Golden Oak Lending now. You can visit them at goldenoaklending.com or give them a call and take that free mortgage checkup. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD. And let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Guys, are you always tired and ready to do something about getting your energy back, but just don't have the time? Now, Synergen X and Low T Center have the solution. New at-home TRT, personalized to get you and delivered straight to your door. Getting started is quick and easy. Drop in at one of our centers for a quick test and get set up on the program. Save even more time with our new mobile app. It's like being at the provider's office without the hassle. Affordable treatment options are available. Don't wait. Book at fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 want you, and I will tell you from experience, being a member of a union is an unbelievable thing. I was in the grocery union when I was young. My first job, my dad said, you'll join the union, and man, it was a great decision. I've been in the SAG-AFTRA union as well. Every time I have an opportunity to join a union, I do. And if you have that opportunity like Sheet Metals is offering right now, let's go. Get in on this. The pre-apprenticeship program is a paid opportunity designed to prepare individuals for successful entry into their formal apprenticeship, and it lasts 15 months. You'll start at $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after 3 months. And once accepted into the apprenticeship program, first-year apprentices begin earning $30 per hour and receive the same premium health coverage and begin earning credit toward a full pension payable with 30 years of service and the age of 55. And what does the Sheet Metal Workers Union do? They do everything, literally everything. They built the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, the iconic crown at Kauffman Stadium, and with so many projects coming up in Kansas City, it's a great opportunity to join the Sheet Metal Workers Union. So check them out now at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org. It's the Sheet Metal Local Number 2.
Football is back, Labor Day is around the corner, and Hy-Vee is ready for fall. Stock up on all your fall favorites during the gigantic 3-day sale this Friday through Sunday. Invite your friends and fire up the grill with Bar S Franks just 98 cents a pack, Doritos chips just $2.99, Pepsi 24-pack cans for $10.99, and Brew Pub Pizza just $4.99 each. Let's go, you fans of fall. Rush to the gigantic 3-day sale this weekend only at Hy-Vee.
I love saving money, and Hy-Vee is always finding new ways to save me some dough, like the new lower prices in every department, and one of my favorite things, the fuel savers. Just the other day, we saved $1.10 per gallon on gas with the fuel savers at Hy-Vee. I love going up and down the aisles and seeing those fuel savers, getting those products, and saving that money. Don't miss the special fuel saver deal on Monday, August 25th. Stock up your cart and earn stackable fuel savings on every dollar you spend. The more you spend, the more you'll save, only at Hy-Vee.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500.
Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Conley Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConleyPlumbingSolutions.com. Missouri side, 71 northbound, still rolling from 87th to Gregory. Kansas side, 70 eastbound, getting heavy around 110th Street with construction. Moves better over by 435. Conley Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber, is different than a lot of plumbers out there. They don't overpromise and underdeliver. They do what they say they will, so call Conley Plumbing Solutions at 913-768-7676. Visit ConleyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan.
You can listen to the Royals and Tigers Friday, August 22nd on The Fan, AM 610, with Vern's On Deck show starting at 5. KFNZ FM and AM HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
That's right. Happy Wednesday to all of you from the crew here at Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe.
I'm still laughing from Bingley. And then Dusty just cracks me up in the break. And then my friend texts me, how old is Bingley?
Yeah, but football never dissipates, Bob.
I will say that if you are in need of a toaster, get married in the fall and invite Jay Binkley.
That's right.
Spoiler alert, that's what you're getting. Yeah. The poll question we did this week is because of some audio, I'll play of Scott Van Pelt in a little bit, but it is what AFC West team worries you the most, the Denver Broncos, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Las Vegas Raiders, or actually none of them. 61% of you say the Denver Broncos, 9.5% of you say the Chargers, 1.1% of you say the Vegas Raiders.
Wow.
And 28.4% of you stand with me and say none.
Yeah. I mean, so that none is number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand the Broncos being, the team that people care about, but
right.
We're also talking about a team that won their division by 4 games last year, guys. Yeah. And in baseball terms, that's winning your division by 40 games.
Yeah. And I bring that up because Scott Van Pelt the other night when the Commanders and Bengals were playing, they went around and, kind of gave like a team that they are excited about. This was for the team that Scott Van Pelt, who I think we all consider educational and very good at his job.
We're talking about a team that has 1 playoff appearance and 0 playoff wins in essentially a decade. But in this offseason, they had a Super Bowl winning coach in Pete Carroll, ageless. They had an OC fresh off helping Ohio State win a national championship at Ohio State and Chip Kelly. You draft Ashton Jeanty, who looks the part, and you bring in a quarterback in Geno Smith who said, and this guy has got all-world sound bites, he said, I'm not here to roll the dice, I'm here to run the table. Good for you, Geno. If nothing else, they feel interesting in a division that has been ruled by the kingdom for seemingly forever. Is it fun in August, but it won't matter in the fall? Time's going to tell.
So there you go. He's a little bit high on the Raiders because, bold take preseason, get your takes out.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of good points. I love the Geno line. I'm not here to roll the dice. I'm here to run the table. Welcome to Vegas, Geno.
Yeah, great. What a good Vegas quote, right?
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so I think that when, you hear that and a lot of people, can, put things together. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a little bit arrogant. I think that the way that, the Chiefs season ended last year, good luck to everybody else that wants to try to knock them off. They've been to 7 straight AFC championship games. They've won their division 9 consecutive years in a row. Look, good luck to anybody in the West. But one thing that we have seen all offseason is that the AFC West is stronger. The Chiefs come back determined and pissed off. And we'll see if year 2 in Harbaugh works. We'll see if year 1 in Pete Carroll works.
Yeah.
And we've seen what Sean Payton's done rebuilding a team that was technically bankrupt with a quarterback that said, let's ride.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's saying, let's ride in New York. And, I heard somebody yesterday referring to him, and he is, but future Hall of Fame quarterback Russell Wilson. That's how we're pushing Russell Wilson now,
He is?
right? I think so. You went to 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, I think he is. Boomer Esiason was the one who said it, so that's why. I mean, he's a former NFL quarterback.
That's a good debate.
It is. I was shocked to hear it myself.
Yeah,
but then I heard Boomer, a former NFL quarterback, throwing that around. Those guys don't give each other a lot of credit.
That's true. That's true.
So I was like, oh, okay, future Hall of Fame quarterback Russell Wilson. But the Raiders thing to me is it's year 1, man. They've been stuck in kindergarten for the last 20 years and held back every year. They've now probably progressed to what they're like in third grade, right? Okay, we're getting a little bit more mature.
Mm-hmm.
We're not eating the paste as much anymore. We're not pooping our pants quite as much as we used to in
They're
kindergarten.
learning multiplication and cursive.
Yeah, and but they don't do that anymore. I sent you the math assignment from last night, which whatever.
I do not envy you.
I mean, can you help me with the math? Sure. No.
No idea.
No. And so we had to get our friend Tracy on FaceTime, who's a math teacher, and leave some and go, please help.
You got to AI that stuff.
Well, I have like but they have AI detectors now because my daughter, she was worried the other day, and she said to me, she said,
your work.
No, she said, she goes, I'm worried that they're going to. She said, like, because she's my daughter, right? She says my report is so good, I am afraid they're going to use the AI detector and think it's AI. That's how good it is. I'm like, oh, they have an AI detector. I'm like, that is pretty good. But like, this was the math question yesterday. Number 1, freshman algebra. Identify the property of equality used to justify each statement. I'm out.
Sounds like that math teacher's going to get a toaster.
Yeah,
What the hell was
exactly.
that?
But so that's where they are. They're like in third grade right now, the Raiders. Like, I think the Denver Broncos are like at the tail end of 8th grade. They're getting ready for 8th grade graduation, going to high school next year. I think the San Diego Chargers probably took a little bit of a step back, like they were held back in 6th grade because of the injuries now on the offensive line. And the Raiders are like in 3rd grade. Like, everybody's making progress.
And the Chiefs are like a professor, tenured, or what are we? Or do we graduate?
A doctor? They've
like
already got their doctorate. They're going for their 2nd doctorate, maybe. I don't know, however you want to
Yes,
phrase it,
yes.
right? And so that's the gap. That's the chasm that we're talking about here. It's not nobody's narrowed this gap to like, oh, they're so close. Again, if this was a baseball team, the Chiefs would have won the division by 40 games last year. If that's in baseball, we're going, oh my God, nobody's close. 4 games in the NFL, we're like, well, these teams are pretty close to the Chiefs. Are they?
Which is interesting because I thought Damian Woody had some good comments that he made. He says, because if you watch the final episode today, Mac, you'll be upset. You'll be mad because you lived it. You were in those hallways. You were in that locker room.
Yeah, seeing all that stuff was like...
It was surreal. I was there.
But the ending is the best. Yeah. They closed the documentary, probably the best I've ever seen a documentary close.
I'm excited to watch it.
And Damian Woody said this. He said, that visual of the Eagles kicking the Chiefs' ass up and down the field for 4 quarters for guys around the league does have a mark. Guys start to think, okay, the Chiefs aren't as invincible as we once used to think. The journey this year for the Chiefs is going to be the most difficult journey of the Mahomes era. I think guys are looking at them thinking, guys, we got this. And all I can think about, and I sent you guys this last night with this tweet, all I can think about is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the WWE, just saying, just bring it. Because, yeah, you have to battle against teams that now think, oh, we've got a chance. That was last year's Chiefs. Chiefs went and got a new offensive line at left tackle. We'll see what happens at left guard. Probably going to be Jalen Moore by week 2 or week 1, depending on how Kingsley plays this week against the Bears.
The Bears starters.
And,
the Bears starters.
Yeah. And so I think that can work for both sides of this conversation. Yes, teams can be like, oh, they're weak. We know where the weak spot is. But again, I think if you look from the Chiefs, their weak spot is like the Death Star. There is a 1.0001% chance of exploding the whole thing. You've got to have the right person with the right force, with the right eye, with the right feel to go in there and do it. And last year, that was the Eagles. It was a defensive line that was just absolutely just balls to the wall better than the Chiefs' offensive line. Mahomes had no time to throw. You go after and attack the vulnerable position, the quarterback. The whole thing will implode from the inside out. That's exactly what Philadelphia did. The Chiefs knew that. The Chiefs adjusted. Now the Chiefs go into this season, and we'll see if everybody else really wants to come at the King. Because if you do, you better not miss.
And look, I think there's going to be a lot of missing this year by a lot of people coming after the King. And this is a great topic for today because I was texting with somebody close to the organization this morning, and I got a text back that said, we've been waiting 192 days. Hell yeah. They have the exact amount of days down. We've been waiting 192 days for this. And this is the ultimate. Football is a week-to-week league. The NFL is a week-to-week, day-to-day, minute-to-minute sport because we're still talking about a damn game that was 192 days ago when we kick off in Brazil, and we're still using that as the bar to judge the Chiefs that the cheat code has been found. Obviously, that's the last game that is on the paper, but that is proof. All we need to know is that this is a week-to-week, day-to-day, game-to-game league because there hasn't been anything that has happened since that day on the field, and everybody's using that as a way to beat the Chiefs and why the Chiefs aren't going to be back in 2025 because they lost a game in February. Yeah. And I would venture to say, and you guys may push back on this one, I think the Chiefs are a better team today, 1-53, than they were when they played that Super Bowl.
100%.
You agree?
I agree 100%. Yeah, absolutely. That's why when these takes are coming out, I'm like, the Chiefs didn't get worse. They got better. Right. They got healthier, and they added in what could be.
And I think your guy Tyquan Thornton's going to be a big player this year. I think
he's good.
I think he's going to be a big-time player this year.
Sweet.
For the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're really looking forward to seeing what they can do with Thornton.
That's exciting.
I think that's a guy that you've been talking about, Mac. I'll give you credit for it. But some of the like Tyquan Thornton's name was sent to me today.
Wow.
I didn't bring him up. Like that was offered up by some folks around the team. So I think that guy's going to be a pretty good player for this organization. I think they're going to trade Sky Moore too. You saw Dave Tube kind of talk him up yesterday about he can be a player for any team in the NFL.
Great
they're
returner.
Trying to trade Sky Moore.
Yes.
That is clear that they're going to try to trade Sky Moore. But no, back to the original point. I think this team is better today than they were when they walked off that field in New Orleans. Talent-wise, they're better.
And to Damian Woody's point, sure, teams may think that and maybe more confident. The biggest key that we aren't talking about is no other team is the Eagles. Like, can we talk about how good the Eagles were? Like that was the best roster in football. None of these teams are the Eagles. Okay, good luck.
Remember how good Washington was? Eagles put 55 on them in
Yeah, that's the other thing. We'll play your love song for Howie Roseman coming up.
We will later in this hour. Absolutely.
Mac hates Brett Veach the way Bob Fescoe hates Jack Caglione, and we will talk about how good the Royals are on the other side. 20, what is it? Let me see it one more time. 23.7. I'll explain what that percentage means on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics want to get you feeling better, right? You got those aches, those pains, those muscle sorenesses that you're dealing with, and it's hindering you from doing every single day activities, like just walking up the stairs and going to bed, or maybe, going to the gym and working out, or playing pickleball or golf or tennis or whatever it is that you love. Well, if all those aches and pains aren't getting any better, it's time to call and schedule that free consultation with my friends, the medical pros over at QC Kinetics. There are thousands of patients who will tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. Don't be one of those patients. Call them right now. You can turn your lives around with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair that damaged joint tissue. We're talking about natural cellular therapies. No scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. So grab those x-rays and MRIs. Go to QC Kinetics, get that free no-pressure chat and thorough evaluation, and see if you're a good candidate. Get on the phone now and give them a call. Appointments are available on Saturday, 816-412-6299, and ask about that free consultation, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone.
Hi, this is Megan, your friend and jeweler from Shane Company. Did you know not all warranties are created equal? At Shane Company, our free lifetime warranty is all-inclusive and even protects the diamond in your engagement ring. We can offer such an incredible warranty because our rings are crafted to last a lifetime. As your friend and jeweler, our gift to you is peace of mind. At Shane Company, we also cover unlimited repairs, resizings, and cleanings for free for life, saving you thousands over time. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
Los Angeles will head south down the 5 to visit their neighbors and division rivals, San Diego. The rivalry's been heated over the past few seasons as both teams have fought their way to the playoffs, and this season is no different. The two teams match up really well against each other, and they remain within a few games of each other for the lead in their division. Who will come out of the weekend series with a win? Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right it almost feels wrong. Because right now you can get huge savings on our most popular models, including our adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Santa Fe Hybrid models. Or go all electric and choose from America's most awarded EV lineup like the breakthrough Ioniq 5 or Ioniq 6. So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a great deal. Only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 71 northbound, sluggish before 75th. Off again on again, slowdowns up towards 55th Street. Heading on the Kansas side, 70 eastbound, pretty heavy around 110th Street. Heading over to the 435 interchange. Construction set up in through there slows you. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
17 days away from the Kansas City Chiefs' actual season starting Friday night, 7 o'clock. Bears will be playing the Chiefs here at Arrowhead. That game on 96.5 The Fan. For all of your listening pleasures, the starters will play, so you'll get a little tease.
There you go.
Of the season.
They did that for the home fans, knowing how much it costs to go to games and whatnot. That's a little carrot for the Chiefs going, we're not going to play our guys in week 2 in Seattle on turf in the rain. We'll bring them back home. Now, again, it could be 48 seconds. Who knows what it's going to be. But if you're going out there, you get the opportunity to see starters. And I think that is really cool for dads and sons, dads and daughters, moms and sons, moms and daughters, whoever wants to go. Take your young kid to the game. You get an opportunity to do that and see real players.
No doubt about it. Last night, we got to see a milestone happen. It was amazing because it went 449 feet.
Win throw to first. Nope, and there goes Yastrzemski, and there goes the ball to deep center. Back goes Carter, away back to the wall, and gone. Bobby Witt Jr.
So that was Bobby Witt Jr. putting the game on ice. The offense a little powerful last night. Obviously, Vinny hits a solo shot. Yaz hits a solo shot. Bobby hits a 2-run shot. And they win 5-2. At one point, they had been retired 13 consecutive times in that order from that melee or whatever the hell that guy's name, Mize, whatever his name was. He was shoving last night.
Merrill Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly. There
Merrill.
you go. Merrill. Sounds like a good Texas name. But the Royals win last night, and they go to 4 games above 500. They are now, 65 and 61? Or are they 63 games ahead of 500?
I don't know. They're 2.5 back. They're ahead of the Cleveland team. They're right on the heels of everybody else. We're in a good spot. We're in a really good spot right now, and an even better spot to go take care of the Texas Rangers over these next 2 games. And, yeah, I'm getting greedy. I'm not going to lie. I'm greedy on this one. But I think I have to be greedy right now because it's like you didn't have it for so long, right? And now you got it, and you don't want to let it go, and that's winning baseball. And we got it back. I mean, for the first time since the end of May, we're 4 games over 500. That's a great spot in which to be. And so I don't want to give any of this back. So, yeah, I am getting greedy. I'm COVID hoarding here wins, man. Like, oh, there's extra Lysol wipes on the shelf. Let me get every bottle of them. And let me get everything of Lysol during COVID. I was a COVID hoarder. Now I'm going to be a wins hoarder for the Royals because they need to be a wins hoarder right now with where the season was and what's coming up after this series against the Rangers. Go stack those wins, and let's make some hay, man. Don't give anything back to these Rangers. Sweep that ass.
65 and 61 is the Royals' record right now. They have a 23.7% chance to make the playoffs as of today. That was like 9%.
It was single digits, if not lower than that, about a week ago. It's not 40% quite yet, but it's up there. It's good.
But it's good to see that because last night, to me, I know the hitting wasn't there, but the power was there. The slugging was there. Yaz is slugging like nobody's business right now. Another home run, not a leadoff home run, but another home run in a key moment of that game. Bobby's obviously 449-foot bomb. That was his 100th of his career. Fastest, youngest Royal ever to have 100 stolen bases, 100 home runs, and his first 4 seasons of baseball. Again, best baseball player on the planet. Meanwhile, Vinny Pasquantino does it again. The double, the home run, then he gets hit by a pitch, shows a little bit of an attitude. So now you're recognized as a team. You're not going to go away. You've won 8 of your last 10. You have leapfrogged Texas. You have leapfrogged Cleveland. You are now 2.5 behind Seattle and Boston. You will still play Cleveland this year. You will still play Seattle this year. And what you're doing right now without being able to play them with things out of your hand, you're doing just fine.
Yeah.
You're playing your game and winning your game. You're at a blackjack table with 4 other people, and you don't care if they tell you to hit or not. You're playing your hand, not worrying about what their chips are doing or where they're falling. And now Boston loses last night. Seattle loses last night. Cleveland loses last night. They keep losing, you keep winning. That's the only thing you can control. And when you play a game like you played last night as a Kansas City Royals baseball team, where all 3 phases of that team last night were great. That was Seth Lugo, who needed to be back in Seth Lugo's pants. That was a guy that needed to go out there and shove, and he did. Quatraro throws him back out there for the top of the 7th, gets that out of Simeon, gets the strikeout, long at bat, found him away, gets over 100 pitches, and then the bullpen did their job from Angel Zerpa, who's been shaky at the kindest way I can say it, and then Schreiber in a role that he's not familiar with, but your bullpen was taxed. Estevez wasn't pitching. Ursig wasn't pitching. Those guys were not going to be available for that game last night, and Seth Lugo knew that while also knowing that he had been garbage the last 5 starts, went out there and did exactly what he was supposed to do. The defense looked good. I thought plays were being made that, double plays behind the bag, Bobby looking like Bobby at short, India playing good at second base. Then you go to the pitching, you go to the batting, you go to the fielding. That's the Kansas City Royals in a nutshell. That's that playoff team they said that they were going to be in the spring training in Arizona. And now you're seeing that all come together. And now tonight, they're going to sit Jacob deGrom, and you're going to throw out what would have been a potential Rookie of the Year candidate if Nick Kurtz wasn't being one of the biggest superstars in baseball at 22 years old. But Noah Cameron goes out there tonight, who's been one of your best pitchers all season and a huge surprise, and they're not pitching deGrom because of shoulder tightness. Go out there one tonight, and then you can get real greedy Thursday afternoon.
Well, it is a must-win game. It should win game. I don't want to use the term guaranteed win game or anything like that, but I mean, you got Noah Cameron, who I was looking at some of the stuff yesterday. They were talking about all rookie teams. If they did an all rookie team in the American League and an all rookie team in the National League, who would make it? And obviously, Noah Cameron would make it in the American League. 4 White Sox make the all rookie team. They're on the come. You have about two players, 2 pitchers on that all rookie team in the American League, but they had Noah Cameron on there. He's kind of your star right now. Go out there and continue to do what you're doing right now. And the analogy that you used of the blackjack table, I think, is a pretty good one. And I'll take it one step further. When you're at a blackjack table and you're winning, you're doubling down, right? All right, that $5 bet, then you're betting 10, then you win again, then you're betting 20, then you're betting 40. Like that's the way that I play. When you're on a hot streak, you ride that hot streak, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the Royals are right now. They're on a hot streak. Keep doubling down on that hot streak and don't give anything back to the Texas Rangers. Don't allow them to have any sort of life, because I don't think they do have any sort of life right now. Again, I think the Texas Rangers are a dead stick as a franchise, and they're not playing up to the level that they need to be playing up to, and you can take advantage of that. You've got to go in there and finish off the Texas Rangers. I just don't think the Royals right now are in a position to not sweep the Texas Rangers, because you've got obviously Detroit coming up right after this, and you want to continue to stack these wins. This is win stacking season for the Royals. Now you're getting to that point of the season as well where a lot of these players understand their lot in life and where they are. And you're going to have a lot of players that are just playing the innings out, getting through the string, especially guys on long-term contracts that aren't playing on good teams or aren't having good years. They're playing this thing out. They don't care. They want this season to be over. That's why you have to go out there and sweep the Rangers, because as soon as the Rangers are done, you got a team that's playing for everything in the Tigers. So stack these wins right now. Give yourself breathing room, man. Like, that's been the thing that we have not had all season long, was the ability to breathe. We've been chasing our tails. Now we're really not chasing our tails anymore. You got the opportunity to go out there, finish things off against the Texas Rangers. Go and do that. Go get this 4-game sweep now.
No doubt about it. As they continue to win, hopefully those other teams continue to lose. And then all of a sudden, you're not even worried about Cleveland. You're just worried about everybody else losing ahead of you, because the wild card situation is wide open. Yankees win last night, but Boston, Seattle, Cleveland all lose. You win. Go win the one today and win 3 out of 4 at least against Texas. But Mac, take the show away, my man.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor. This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
I just want to clarify something real fast. We're talking about the Chiefs falling off and who's going to be this team to beat them. They won the division by 4 games last year. In baseball terms, that's a 40-game win of the division. The biggest division win in the history of Major League Baseball was 98. The Yankees won the division by 22 games. So essentially the Chiefs have won their division by twice as many games as the biggest number in Major League Baseball. You want to write them off?
Yeah, now it's over. Yeah, now it's done.
They essentially won their division by 40 games last year. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that so people can understand how big a 4-game win in football really is.
I just think you're forgetting that the Broncos were 1-5 against teams above 500, Bob. I mean, they're scary. All right.
Well, they're the 4th best team, according to Colin Cowherd.
Yeah. Oh, and I just saw on Whiteboard Wednesday on Good Morning Football, the team who won the offseason, the Denver Broncos. So, yeah, no, they are the winners. They're this year's Chargers.
Everybody who wins the offseason fails in the regular season.
Yep.
There's no trophies for March.
That was the Titans last year. Number one pick.
Yeah, number 1 pick.
Start where we left off. One word on the Royals tonight.
Win. TCB, as Elvis used to say. Take care of business, man.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
And Elvis has left the building.
He did like 2 days ago. I think it was his death or something.
Oh, gotcha. Wow, recent.
I think tonight is statement. I think tonight's word is statement. They decided to rest Jacob deGrom. You send your rookie starting pitcher from St. Joe out there named Noah Cameron. Go out there and beat that ass.
Who is pitching for Texas? Had they announced, or is it just a
doesn't matter.
bot?
To me, it doesn't matter. You sat your ace, your Cy Young candidate down because of shoulder fatigue, and now you send Noah Cameron out there that game last night with Bobby's home run, with Vinny getting hit, with India getting hit. Maybe, started some fires, kick some tires, go out there and win this game 9-1. And then that way, when Thursday comes around and it's an 88-degree day in Kansas City and Texas is pissed and tired and worn out and season's officially over, then you send them on your way. So be dominant tonight. Make a statement tonight. Go out there and let everybody have fun and just keep going, keep winning, keep doing this, because all you can do is control what you can, and that's what you can do right now against Texas.
And you've got the opportunity to do it. Don't let Texas have any sort of life, man. Just put your foot on their throat, stomp on it, twist, and end the day.
Right.
Speaking of Texas, their quarterback, Arch Manning, made some waves yesterday. This story's coming back, and it ain't going away.
Right.
Next year, is he right?
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from. He texted me and apologized about that, but I'm really just taking it day by day right now.
That's Arch speaking to his dad's comments saying that, yeah, Arch isn't coming out this year. He's going to finish college just like we all did. And that's him saying, I don't know where he got that from. He texted me and apologized. One word on those comments.
Yeah, that's Grandpa being maybe like a little overstepping of the bounds right there. But I will say my one word is, ooh, because now all the draft nicks are like, see, he's coming out. We've got our low-hanging fruit, Arch Manning, #1 overall and whatnot. I kind of like the... keeping it kind of secret, if you will. One side says this, the other side says that. Like, if I'm Arch Manning right now, I'm not announcing whether or not. You don't need to announce whether or not you're coming out right now or anything like that. Why can't the kid just go out and play the season?
Yeah.
We don't even know if he's going to be good.
Yeah, could he play? Could he start a season?
I mean, again, he was a backup to a 7th-round pick.
Yes.
Again, a 7th-round pick he was the backup to. I don't know if Arch Manning's going to be good. This is where we get caught up in sports. Everybody says it, so no, that's not true at all. Just because everybody's telling us he's going to be great doesn't mean he's going to be the best.
Yeah, I just think it's parity. The two worst teams in football this year will be the Colts and the New Orleans Saints.
That's amazing.
Uncle played in Indianapolis. Grandpa played in New Orleans. Where do you want to fulfill the Manning legacy? A team that's telling you that they're clearly going to tank all year in Indianapolis because they're starting Daniel Jones, or a team that says we're going to go with Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler, and they've got old boy Kellen Moore as their head coach who would love anything to do than to have a starting quarterback in the realm. And then you got Steichen over there in Indianapolis who they might just kick out, bring in somebody else. Yeah, parity would be my thing, but Arch Manning will be a stud. He'll win the Heisman.
Ballard may be back in Kansas City next year, being like Veach's right-hand man. I could absolutely see that happening, right? Like if he gets run out of Indianapolis, they're on their 13th starting quarterback now since Andrew Luck.
Bob, they have not won the AFC South, the worst division in football since 2014.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and the Bears have won 9-win season in 12 years.
It's disgusting. Disgusting for them in that division. One word on the Chiefs facing the Bears starters. This has been Johnson on Up and Adam.
Are you playing the guys against Kansas City?
Yep. We'll We'll go ahead and we'll play. We'll see how long it is. We're going to get through a couple days here of practice, and we'll determine for how long. But we need to go through this.
I like that ending part. That was the part we need to go through this.
Yeah.
That's a veteran move right there, realizing, look, I got a young team. We got to get these guys some playing time. You're going to Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs are going to face some starters. It's a good test for your offensive line. It's a good test for everybody, right? I could see this being one of those quote-unquote controlled scrimmages, like where the coaches decide ahead of time what they're going to do, maybe, to get some work in. Hey, we'll play our starters one series apiece. What do you want to do here and kind of figure this out? Let guys get some work and some looks and whatnot, and then move on. But Ben Johnson is right. It's a new program up in Chicago. They don't have the opportunity to take a preseason game off. So smart. Smart is the word.
Yeah, I would say showcase, right? Chiefs are going to play their starters. Offensive line, Joe Thuney, right?
Yeah.
He's coming back to Arrowhead. Caleb Williams. You're going to see a defensive line that's going to be hungry and trying to get out there and get some reps in. You got Norman Lott, Gelati, Jones, Karlaftis, Minihue. Guys are going to be coming after Caleb. You're going to see Luther Burden, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams.
That's exciting, yeah.
Cole Kmet. We're going to see what the tight ends can do against the Chiefs defense, where we remember last year tight ends just feasted on the Chiefs defense.
It was feast week.
And there's two in Chicago.
Yeah.
And you're also going to see the Chiefs offense. So we'll see two improvisational quarterbacks, and we'll be excited for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long? Because you got me excited. They're talking about that, and I'm like, but how long are we actually going to see those games?
About 2 drives, I would think. I would think 2 drives is probably most, and then that would probably be the end of the first quarter. Each team will get a drive each. Maybe Caleb plays a little bit into the second quarter. Maybe we see Mahomes come out in the second quarter, but I would doubt it.
Who's the backup quarterback in Chicago?
Tyson Bagent.
Is it really?
Bagent man. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I like him.
Yeah, he's fun.
Isn't that crazy that the Bears have only won 9 games once in the last 12 years?
It's nuts. No, it's insane.
And their record against their division is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, they're 1-5 last year, I believe.
They were.
Yep. So were the Packers.
Were they really 1-5 against the division last year?
It was pretty rough.
You still on that Jordan Love train?
I am.
Choo-choo? Good.
I am.
All right.
All right. Big name in college. Well, he could be a big name. BYU has named their true freshman, the starting quarterback, Bear Bachmeier, as the team's starting QB. His debut will come against Portland State on August 30th. Bachmeier will wear number 47, will become the first true freshman to start for an opener at BYU.
Fun. Our friend Kurt Nelson of the Royals Hall of Fame directors texted me about things. This guy's name is Bear.
Yes. Bear. Number 47.
And he's wearing number 47, too, which makes it
I love that.
It's great.
Awesome.
It's fun. I love the fact that athletes now are showing more and more of who they are and having more and more fun. Like, teams and organizations are actually letting them. And in college, quite honestly, it would really behoove you to let these guys have fun because that's where the NIL money is going to come from, right?
That's exactly right.
You're a great personality. People are going to want to give you the money and have you kind of be their influencer. So the more that these guys can show that personality and have that fun, and the less it is about the X's and O's, the better it's going to be for everybody involved.
Yeah, numbered. I just think 47 as starting quarterback's awesome.
It's great. It's so
Takes
bizarre.
you back to playing those early 2000s college football games where you just do whatever, have any number you wanted, be like 25, be the quarterback. 47 is going to look funny to me. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Traditionalists will be like, what's he doing wearing 47? Is that a tight end?
You saying Bigley would be upset or something? Is that what you said there?
Wear 47 as a quarterback. You
What if
don't
that
get
guy
it.
Bear gets married and it's on a Saturday during football season and he invites Binkley?
I asked Binkley, would he rather watch the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game or have one night of sex with Paige Spiranek? He said, damn, those boobs are awesome. Probably go with Paige Spiranek.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of other things that are nice, the Royals, according to DraftKings, plus 220 to make the playoffs. The last team, or the first team with plus money odds.
Really?
Yep. Blue Jays are minus 20,000. Yankees are minus 1,800. Houston minus 1,100. Seattle minus 650. Red Sox minus 225. Then the Royals plus 220. Guardians plus 350. Rangers plus 800.
What was the number at the beginning of the year? Is that a better number for a better now than it was at the beginning of the year?
No, at the beginning of the year is probably like plus 350.
Was it?
Probably.
Yeah, I think I do actually remember it being like plus 380 because we talked about that.
And then
you should take that now if you want to take that.
Yeah,
Plus
that's a
money.
good bet right now.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's going to get worse.
Plus money. That was one word here on 96.5 The Fan. Coming up, there's a change in, I don't know, Philly to KC. Plus, Max got a new song written about him by one Bob Fescoe here on 96.5 The Fan.
So mad.
You're home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quatraro, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are absolutely awesome. They're coming out today to give us one final kind of spray, if you will, before the fall seeding period begins, just to eliminate all of that stuff that may have gotten in the yard all summer long. I was talking to Jake over at Aspen the other day. He called. He goes, I was just over at your house, man, walking the yard, seeing what was up. I'm like, really? Just hanging out, checking out the yard? He goes, yeah, we want to make sure we know exactly what we need to do when we reseed the lawn. I'm like, perfect. How's it look? He goes, night and day from the day we started. I go, yeah, I know. It's awesome, man. He goes, here's what we're going to do. We're going to spray you on Wednesday, get one kind of final coat down, and then on the 8th of September, we're going to seed. And that's what you guys need to do right now as well, because it is fall seeding season, and it's the best time to seed your lawn. Aspen's professional seeding will fill in all of those bare spots you have. It'll strengthen the weak areas, help reduce the weeds, and will set the stage for a lush green lawn by spring. And it's one of the most important things you can do for your lawn all year long. And that's why you have to call my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Get yourself on the schedule now, like we are. September 8th is our day to get that fall seeding done. And right now, if you mention this ad, they're going to give you 10% off all of that fall seeding. Fall seeding is short, and the best window is right now. So don't wait. Get on the schedule now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu meat market, is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and at 95th in Knoll. Whether you're looking to wow your family at a tailgate or sear the best steaks ever on the deck, Booth Creek Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. You won't regret it. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations. Open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
The world's coming to Kansas City in 2026. Is your parking lot ready? Faded lines, potholes, unsafe sidewalks. GAN Asphalt and Concrete is your winning team. One contractor. All things parking lot. Visit GANAsphalt.com today.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done, fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size, fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
BetMGM is making your next golf tournament winner bets more exciting with Second Chance. What's Second Chance? Ever bet on your favorite golfer to win a tournament only to see them miss the green? Well, with BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back in cash if your tournament winner bet finishes in second instead. That's right. Simply bet on any player to win a scheduled golf tournament during a promotional week. If you're right, you win. But if your pick finishes in second instead of first, you get your stake back in cash. Watch your favorite players go for the win all season long and bet knowing you'll get your stake back if they finish second. Log in today and make your picks with confidence with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, heavy approaching 110th Street, stays slow with an accident off to the right shoulder, but there's construction set up in the left lane at 110th, keeping things extra heavy heading into the 435 interchange. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
In Kansas City, under stadium lights, Max got his Chiefs gear cheering with all his might. Red and gold, he's painted from head to toe. A kid with a dream where the arrowhead glows. He's screaming for Mahomes, living for the score. Every touchdown, he's begging for more. But the Super Bowl comes and the Chiefs finally win. Something shifts in Mac, where do we begin? He's got posters of each, the GM Supreme. Built the Chiefs dynasty, living the dream. But across the field, in Philly's green light, Howie Roseman's calling, stealing Mac's heart tonight. Oh Mac, you're a star-crossed lover. torn in two. Kansas City's your home, but Philly's calling you. From beach to rose, man, you're chasing a spark. A Chiefs fan in love with an eagle at heart. Your friends don't get it, they're shaking their heads, saying, Matt, what's wrong? You're out of your depth. Love's a wide play, no playbook to choose. Matt's a star-crossed lover with nothing to lose.
There he
He's
is.
got a scrapbook.
Star-crossed lover with nothing to lose.
Oh, man.
You got your Howie Roseman and your Chiefs.
Absolutely. My guy, Howie.
Coming up a little bit later on this show, we'll have Wyatt Thompson, the play-by-play voice of the K-State Wildcats.
Heck
and this
yeah.
is your home for Kansas State Wildcats. They're on to Dublin for week 0 against the Iowa State Cyclones. Should be fun, 17 versus 22. Should be a fun game.
Yeah,
Saturday
absolutely.
at
Can't
11
wait.
o'clock.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
So it'll be a big old breakfast on the Blackstone, and then
Nice.
start watching some college football. But we saw this kind of interesting, question on Twitter, which was kind of fun because it's okay to humanize yourself or be self-deprecating. And 94 WIP Afternoons put out a tweet and said, which Philly sports figure were you most wrong about? Well, we're not Philadelphia, we're Kansas City, so we put it on ourselves to say, what were we most wrong about when it comes to a sports figure in Kansas City?
You guys can weigh in, too, on the text line.
913-586-7965, the J Southland Tow Service text line.
Binkley has weighed in. Fall weddings he was wrong on.
Which Kansas City sports figure were you most wrong about?
I got 3. I got Alex Gordon, I got Travis Kelce, and I got John Buck. That was weird. The music just stopped,
Sorry
right?
about that.
John Buck.
I know the Kelce, the John Buck, I'll need the backstory. And the Gordon, what was the Gordon take?
I cut him on opening day of 2011.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And John Buck, I always just thought was going to be good. When they traded him for Carlos Beltran, I was really excited about that. I was like, all right, we finally got our catcher. And John, great guy. Hung out with him numerous times. One of the first dates I went on my wife with was at her house. John Buck was there.
Wow.
So I liked the guy, but he never just amounted to, typical unloading of a prospect trade. Nice player, but nothing that was ever going to really turn your organization around.
Also one of the best walk-up musics of all time. Shoots and Ladders by Korn.
Oh, sick.
With the bagpipes and the drum.
Yeah,
it was sick. It was good. I know that I'm hard. I was every time. I wanted a John Buck number 2 jersey, and I think he changed
guy.
I think he changed to 14.
Did he? Yeah, he did. I think he did, yeah.
Had a huge amount of pop, but just couldn't hit the baseball other than every other 15 at bats for a home run. It was tough. Mac, who are you wrong about?
DeAndre Hopkins most recently. It felt like, I was pretty excited about that. Thought we were getting a steal. That didn't work out. Marcus Peters.
Give me the backstory on that one.
I just kind of was like, I didn't think that I knew that he was in the wrong. I'm not saying I was defending his actions against the coaching staff or him, being just kind of a jerk, but I just thought it was worth keeping him. And I was wrong. He's a cancer. He was cancerous to that team, that locker room, and he was subordinate, right?
Yeah.
He was going against who was in charge? And Andy
Bob
Reid.
Sutton, yeah. And Andy Reid's quote from Kingdom episode 4. I like Tyreek, but it's a team sport.
Mm-hmm.
Could have probably said the same. I don't know if you like Marcus Peters, but you could have said the same thing about
You're
Marcus
right.
Peters. This is a team sport, and you are now hurting the team.
100%.
And if you're putting your self-interest above the team and it's hurting the team, you're gone.
Gosh, he was fun to watch, though, man. He was a ball hawk. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He dissipated. You want to talk about a career fizzling
Peters?
out?
Oh, yeah.
How many teams did he play for after he went here?
Raiders,
Rams.
Yep.
Ravens, Raiders, Rams.
I think that's
that
3
it?
R's. Yes, I think that's what he did.
And where's he now? Retired, the 4th R. And is
expired.
Yeah, and he's a subplot, a footnote.
Oh yeah.
I mean nothing.
Yeah.
I'm talking in the NFL. Nobody will remember Marcus Peters.
No, he'll be like a random football player you name with your buddies at the bar. Oh yeah, Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I remember that
was
guy.
cool, yeah.
Didn't he throw the flag at the crowd or something?
Yeah.
And but that's. I mean, that guy had the opportunity to have a really good career. If you play in Kansas City and you can't do what's right, you just suck. You really do.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you get kicked to the curb and you end up with the Dolphins, Raiders, Rams, Raiders, and retired.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's going to remember a damn thing about you.
Retired.
Yeah.
I guess if I had to do mine to be humbling to myself, I was wrong about Alex Smith. I thought he was just going to be meh. I thought he was not the guy.
Oh, you thought the opposite. Gotcha.
Look, when they traded for him, Dusty, I'm not going to lie. I said, we got Matt Castle. Why do we need Alex Smith? It's the same guy. Wrong.
Yeah. I thought Alex Smith was just going to come in here and win 8-9 games a year, kind of reset the franchise a little bit. Then hopefully you draft somebody. Turns out I was wrong. Alex Smith went to the playoffs almost every single year but one, reset the foundation, planted the bug of defenses and tendencies in the brain of Patrick Mahomes, and has made Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the league with what Patrick Mahomes was born with talent-wise and what he was given from Alex Smith. Another one I was wrong about.
By the time it's all said and done, too, it will be Alex Smith led Patrick Mahomes, not Andy Reid. Like, it's going to get to that point, you know?
Yes.
I was also wrong about Brady Singer. I really loved him coming out of Florida. I thought he had that red-ass mentality. He was not the guy that I thought he was going to be. Obviously, that career will be scrutinized for the rest of time because of what Jonathan India has provided, not as of late, but you traded a pitcher of the future maybe for a leadoff hitter of the future, maybe not. So we'll always see that sort of tendency go between those two. But I thought Brady Singer was going to be an A1, day one ace for like 8-9 years straight. I was also wrong about Adalberto Mondesi. I thought generational talent. I thought what Bobby Witt Jr. was what Adalberto Mondesi was going to be. I was wrong. Couldn't stay healthy. Couldn't stay on the field. They put him in a bodysuit. Dayton wrapped him up in bubble wrap, saran, and glass, and he still got hurt.
Yeah, but also a lot of it has to be like mentality, too. Sure. I don't think that he necessarily, to me, the perception, again, my opinion, I don't care if, the old PR guy wants to take it for what he wants, but I in my opinion, it just didn't look like a guy that loved playing baseball, didn't want to play baseball, didn't want to be part of baseball. That's the way I looked at it with Mondi. And when you have somebody that's good at something but has no interest in doing that, what are you supposed to do, right? I just feel like, because I'm with you, I watched him go from home to third one time on a triple, like probably the only triple. And we were sitting in the middle level, the 300 level of the stadium, the club level or whatever they call it. And I remember watching him go from home to third. I went, holy crap. And then we had Ned on like the next day or whatever it was. I'm like, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody run. He goes, I've never seen anybody run so fast in my entire life. And so to hear Ned, who's been around baseball 100 years, say that, my hopes are up for him, too.
Mm-hmm. And apparently I was wrong about Jack Caglianone.
Not yet.
According to the experts.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet.
No,
Yeah, not even
yet.
close.
He's just not ready to be up at the big league level yet. Like, sometimes it takes time, I didn't get married till I was in my 30s.
Nice. In the fall?
No. She didn't want a fall wedding because of football. Jay, you missed out on Jen when you were in college, man.
Yeah, I was just getting drunk all the time.
I didn't know she was there. The porch, I was drinking, and I was drunk, and I sat on the porch and drank all day.
A few McCluster texts, for sure. That's a good one.
Yep. I don't know. What else is there?
D'Anthony Thomas.
D'Anthony Thomas is another one.
Adam Frazier. Wrong about Adam Frazier. He's a producer.
Is that Davo coming in on the text line talking about how he wanted Devernay over Adam Frazier?
Did you see the latest? There was I forgot what Chiefs guy posted. It was like, this guy could be like Dat, talking about D'Anthony Thomas because everyone called him Dat back in the day on Twitter.
Yeah.
And there was a Chiefs fan who was like, "Who's Dat?" And it was like, "Okay, we got a younger guy
but
here."
Even still, like D'Anthony Thomas, that was Spector's guy every year,
Really?
or every week, every Friday. It was like we would do this like stupid predictions. He goes, D'Anthony Thomas jet sweep touchdown every week. Like it's bound to happen, right? And so. We're not talking that long ago.
No,
like Spector got here in 2013, so we're 12 years. And wow, I guess in the lifespan, though, think about you 12 years ago, how young you were, right? Take 12 off your age, you're a kid, right? So if somebody's 13 years old, 14 years old, they're two. They don't know what D'Anthony Thomas is.
Yeah. A lot of people saying wrong about Bubba Starling. Thought he could be a franchise-saving player. Asa Lacy, another one.
I missed on that one, too. I thought Asa Lacy was going to be good, man. That guy broke my heart.
He was like Ricky Vaughn. He just never figured out how to throw a strike. He just could not throw strikes and just became a head case.
Who was the other? Was it Kyle Singer? Kyle Zimmerman?
Kyle Snyder?
Kyle Zimmer? Was there a Kyle Zimmer pitch for the Royals in the minor leagues for a hot minute?
Zimmer for sure.
Yeah, that guy. I thought he was going to be pretty good, too. Swing and miss on that one.
Somebody says Kendrell Bell.
Oh, that's a good one.
I thought he was going to be a monster addition for our defensive back in the day.
Well, he ended up being named Kendrell Fell because he would fall all the time. But, yeah, like Binkley would sit at his fraternity house out front on the porch drinking all the time because Jen would go by there all the time and see him. She's like, Jay's just on the porch here drinking all the time. That's all he does.
So I was just always so hammered, I don't remember anybody else drinking.
That's where it comes from. Coming up, who's this year's Commanders and the most interesting team in the NFL? Plus, don't forget Wyatt Thompson, voice of the K-State Wildcats, joining our show about 8:20 to talk all things Week 0 here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas State Wildcats.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I want to tell you about my friend Dawn Sharp and her team. They are fantastic when it comes to the real estate game. And a lot of times you take the same route to work every day, right? You pass houses, you see them for sale, and you wonder, wow, that house went right away. Or that one's been up on the market for a really long time. And you're thinking to yourself, why has that one been up for so long and this one is selling right away? Well, it all matters about who you have marketing your home. And that's why you want to hire Dawn Sharp and the Sharp Homes team. Because while some other homes are sitting on the market for months, others sell in a day, it's the Dawn Sharp and the Sharp Home team's difference. Because they have the insider answer that could change everything for your sale. And if you want to sell your home, great. But if you just want to find the best offer out there and take that initial offer, you can do that as well with the Sharp Homes team. They can give you options. If you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold, contact them to discuss their instant offer program. Contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. And they're so easy to find. Just go to Google, type in Sharp Homes team, read from over 225 five-star Google reviews, and understand why Dawn and her team are in the solution business and will work hard to find a way for you to accomplish your real estate goals. So it's simple. Google Sharp Homes team. That's Sharp Homes team, and start packing.
98 years. That's how long Overhead Door Company of Kansas City has been repairing and replacing garage doors. Locally owned and operated since 1927. Headquartered in Olathe. Always look for the iconic red ribbon of the genuine, the original Overhead Door Company of Kansas City. For same-day repair service 24/7, call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City, 816-221-0072. Or schedule online at OHDKC.com.
Synergen X and Low T Center have been changing the lives of men across the country for over a decade. It's not just talk, it's true. In fact, one of my buddies got started a few weeks ago, already feeling the changes. That's what it does for a lot of guys. Change every aspect of your life. I'm telling you, if you've been thinking about it, you just feel tired, you're aging, testosterone can actually help. Real patients tell us every day, I got my energy back, I feel better, I feel like myself again. I was depressed before. Synergen X and Low T Center, TRT, changed all that for me, and I'm much better for it. Synergen X and Low T have clinics conveniently located around town. You have the power to choose if you want to be treated in a clinic or receive at-home treatment. Either way, it starts with a quick test at the center, on-site lab, getting results back in about 20 minutes. If you decide you want at-home treatment, let the provider know, and they will educate you on everything you need to treat yourself there. So what are you waiting for, guys? Just imagine how much better you'll feel when you take back your health. Book your appointment now at fixmylowt.com. You'll be wishing you did it sooner.
Danon Hughes here. I've seen a lot of stat lines in my playing days, but these numbers, they caught my attention. Flight by Yingling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and all the crisp, refreshing flavor you want in a light beer. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, so you know it's got some serious history behind it. If you're into stats and taste, you're going to love this beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Danon Hughes. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Northland 35 southbound, heavy approaching Pleasant Valley Road. There's an accident past Pleasant Valley, blocking at least one lane of traffic. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber, is different than a lot of plumbers out there. They don't overpromise and underdeliver. They do what they say they will. So call Connolly Plumbing Solutions at 913-768-7676 or visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your new home for Chiefs football. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Happy Wednesday!
That's right. It is a Wednesday, so we give you our Fescoe and Dusty poll question that we do every single Wednesday. And this Wednesday, it is about the AFC West. That question is, which team in the AFC West worries you the most? Denver Broncos, Los Angeles Chargers, Las Vegas Raiders, or none actually worry me at all? Denver Broncos lead the way at 59.7%. The Chargers at 8.9%. The Vegas Raiders, a solo 1%, and then none actually at 30.4%.
That's making a run right there, man.
With 191 votes currently already this morning. We'll revisit that at 9 o'clock and at the end of the show. But again, which team in the AFC West worries you the most? Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, or none?
And as you said, as you were walking out during a break, which is like true, like they would have won the division by 5 games had we played our starters in the final week of the season, right? It really is. It's just so perplexing to me that because we have not had a game what will be 192 days when the Chiefs take the field against the Chargers in 17 days, that we are basing everything on this NFL season by a game that the Chiefs lost to the Eagles 8 months ago in the Super Bowl, where the team is not the same as they were then. That just the say it out loud test, as Carrington always talks about, right? The say it out loud test. When you say it out loud, does it make sense? And if the answer is no, then change your line of thinking. That's why for me, when Dusty goes, they don't win it by 5 if they play their starters in the final week, I'm like, no doubt.
I mean, who's to say they don't win that game? I mean, they don't definitely get blown out 38-7 or whatever the hell, 38-0 or whatever it was. I mean, they didn't play. But that was last year. This is this year. Speaking of that, I'm not saying that this team might make a championship game appearance like the Washington Commanders did last year, but who will be that one team this year? No one's talking about that will be a good team and possibly make the playoffs. Kind of how sneakily the Commanders were good last year, even though last place schedule, Bears puked all over themselves in that one game. Commanders did a good job. They had a Rookie of the Year quarterback. They had a good running back set. They had good wide receiver sets. They had now a revamped offensive line. They've added Deebo Samuel. We'll see if Terry McLaurin is still there, because now apparently the Minnesota Vikings are reaching out to people.
Well, the Vikings want every wide receiver out there right now.
Addison's out for 3, and JJ's got a hamstring. Even though they say he'll be ready by week 1, we know how hamstrings can be.
Right. Terry and JJ together.
Oh, my.
I mean, Addison coming back week 4, and TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, that's an NFL type of move, though. That's what you do. Like, just load up because you got a young quarterback.
Yes.
It's exactly why the Chiefs signed Sammy Watkins when they were turning the franchise over to Patrick Mahomes. We need veteran wide receivers. Okay. You follow what works, right? You're turning it over to J.J. McCarthy. You've got some veteran wide receivers, but much like the Chiefs, it's a mash unit at your wide receiver spot. You know, at this point in time, you got some injuries up there right now. The Hollywood Brown thing, I think we're going to be talking about injuries with this guy all year long, man. Like, just piece this guy together. Get him out there. Get him healthy to play. Like, I can tell you from just having conversations with folks around the league, they are very, very cautious about what they're going to do with Hollywood Brown between now and the first game of the season. And hell, even in between games during the year, they may decide, all right, we just got to make sure Hollywood plays on Sunday, especially with the Rashee Rice stuff going out. But the good news is Thornton and Royals are really lighting up the world, and they're excited about those two guys. But when you start to look at who that team is going to be next year or this year, that was the the Commanders last year. It's hard to say because we don't know, right? You have to look at all these teams that are playing these last place schedules, like the Raiders or whatever AFC South team is in there, or New England probably is going to be the common answer for all of this, I think. I think New England is the common answer for this because as much as people nationally hate the Chiefs and what they've done, by God, they're in love with what the Patriots have done. They haven't done anything. Their coach hasn't proven anything yet on the big national stage, except for maybe 1 year. But by God, we're giving the Patriots all the roses. So I think the Patriots are kind of that Commanders team, the low-hanging fruit, nobody talking about you. And you went, 5-11 a year ago?
I believe so, yeah.
They could be that team.
And Drake May was decent.
Yeah, it's decent.
He gave promise.
Yeah,
Showed a
but
lot
they've
of
got more
flashes.
people seemingly excited about him than they are about Patrick Mahomes or whatever.
They have an offensive lineman that's a rookie that cried on draft night that he's going to spend the rest of his life protecting for Drake May.
Will Campbell, man.
Yeah.
Loves football. How about the Panthers? That's one that I've kind of been thinking about recently. And I think that defense is going to be bad, but I think that offense could be great. The division's rough. Talk about Dave Canales as a coach. Geno Smith revitalized his career under Dave Canales. Baker Mayfield revitalized his whole career under Dave Canales. Bryce Young last year for 8 games started to look like a brand new quarterback under Dave Canales. I think this guy now, and he's got his Mike Evans now and Tet McMillan. We know Xavier Legette last year looked like a solid number 2 wide receiver. Adam Thielen, one more year of being that vet wide receiver.
They also have a dual running back set, too.
Yeah, you've got Nice and Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sand.
God, imagine if they had a guy like, I don't know, Christian McCaffrey on their team.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Or Brian Burns.
And they've done a lot of, Brian Burns, DJ Moore.
But you could say they got all these players with the picks maybe that they accumulated for these players.
They've rebuilt the offensive line. I just think like that could be a really fun, spicy team in a division where 9 games, 10 games gives you a chance.
So you're writing off Baker, and I don't mean that like, flippantly. Like Baker's still in that division. Everybody loves Baker. So
they're going to be great. They'll be a top 10 offense for sure, the Bucs. I think that they won. The Bucs were awesome last year. What'd they win? 10 games?
Yeah, 10 or 11,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
They barely won that division. We talk about the Bucs. They barely won the NFC South.
And they were beat up.
They were beat up. That's true. So were the Falcons, right? If Kirk Cousins doesn't just start sucking for a month, maybe they win that division, right? They were in the lead. So
how do we know that like a team like who was I thinking of in the NFC South?
Falcons.
Yeah. Who's to say? Like, what if Michael Penix comes out the first month of the season and is just on fire? Like, they could give Tampa a run for their money.
100%.
There, right?
Yep, 100%. That defense also gonna suck. That's the problem.
Atlanta.
Yeah, defense is gonna be bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got weapons on offense, but I don't know about how the defense keeps him in games.
People forget about the defensive side of the field all the time, man. Like, you got to have a well-balanced team.
If this is a semi-bold take segment here, why not stick to a Southern division and say Tennessee?
I thought about them, Dusty.
Right.
I like where you're thinking. I thought about them, man.
Because you look at some of the similarities. Daniels goes to Washington last year, and all the talk was Caleb Williams going to Chicago, right? Cam Ward goes to Tennessee this year. All the talk was Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, the kid that's in New York as Abdul Carter. Not a lot of Cam Ward talk. That division is also kind of ass. Can C.J. Stroud battle back with not having Tank Dell this year and having Nico Collins fully healthy?
It's funny how people are down on C.J. Stroud and said he had an off year when he did go to the divisional round, the playoffs last
he just
year.
had a dip in his rookie production.
Yeah.
Call Patrick Mahomes and see what people expect after your first
Good
year.
point. Yeah.
And, you look at the AFC South, we'll see what Trevor Lawrence and Duval can do down there with, some of the weapons that they have created with their team, with Brian Thomas Jr., and now you have Travis Hunter, who we still don't really know what his role will be, but we know he's going to play both sides of the ball.
He's been out for a while.
Has he? He's been hurt?
He's been take a couple of days off.
Okay.
Yeah. They said he's going to be back at practice today, so it's something to kind of look at.
Tennessee has nothing to prove. They have a rookie quarterback who has kind of flown under the radar, and I don't think Daniels necessarily flew under the radar, but he was not on the top of the totem pole when it came to like people they were talking about. It was Caleb Williams last year. What can he do in Chicago? And even through like week 3 or 4, it wasn't until the Hail Mary play where everybody goes, all right, maybe Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback, and Chicago should have taken him over Caleb Williams, and maybe he could be the rookie of the year. And it ended up being that way. They ended up getting blown out in the NFC Championship game, but you take a rookie quarterback to the NFC Championship game on a new revamped organization and a new head coach. I'll do that every day, twice on Sunday. So why can't that be Tennessee? Again, this is the beginning of the year. We don't know anything about anybody's team necessarily now, but why can't Cam Ward and Tennessee do things with, maybe a Calvin Ridley out there?
Love Ridley.
A few options as well on offense. We'll see. But if I had to pick a team that could surprise people, maybe with the talent they have at quarterback and the story that's not being told yet because it's not a main focus point because of the way we've made it, media people I'm talking about.
Yes.
Maybe they fly under the radar and all of a sudden Tennessee goes into like a last place schedule. They're playing into like week 8 and they're, 5-2.
I mean, this conversation that we're having right now is just eye-opening to how like ESPN controls the narrative of how we all think about the NFL, right? Because I don't think there's anybody out there thinking about Tennessee and remembering that they had the number 1 pick. Why? Because as soon as the pick was made, they were talking about everybody else except that number 1 pick. And that's kind of where we all are. Like that, the narrative gets spit out there by whether it's NFL Network or ESPN or whoever it is. And then we all follow it because the logical answer for me on this one should be the Giants, right? They're really good. Maybe one of the best defensive lines in all of the NFL.
100%.
Malik Neighbors is fantastic. There's a lot of new life that's going on there. I think the thing that holds the Giants back, we're all convinced that Russell Wilson is not the Hall of Fame quarterback that he once was, but also the beginning of the season for the Giants, right? That's a very tough schedule. If the Giants were playing like the Browns, the Texans, some softer teams at the beginning of the year, I think the Giants would be a lot more of an answer to that question. But people see the the Giants beginning part of the season. Like, whoa, you got to play everybody at the beginning part of the year. And we haven't seen Russell Wilson be really good since, before COVID.
Yeah, and their O-line struggles too with the.
It does.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. He needs that O-line, but I do. Yeah, the Titans could be fun and spicy. Yeah, it's a fun take. I hope they are. It'd be good for the NFL if Cam Ward was good, right?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And how good would it be for the NFL if all of a sudden the Giants were good,
Yeah,
right?
that'd be same thing as the Knicks, right?
Because the Giants, in my opinion, have never had a personality on their team, right? They had Lawrence Taylor, but they've never had that true, they've never been that, true personality
was Strahan,
team.
I'm asking. I really
not like
Jeremy Shockey was one hell of a personality.
He was, but the quarterback has never been that big personality guy.
Never.
Jackson Dart has the opportunity to be that big personality guy. That kind of gets me excited, that side of things. Like Eli, really good quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback. Personality now you're seeing, but when he was playing, it wasn't like that. Jackson Dart, to me, has a lot of that charisma that you need. Now, whether he's going to be any good, I don't know. But he's got that charisma that the Giants have, quite frankly, lacked forever.
He's got swag.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Confidence, swag. Yeah, I agree.
Glazing. Glazing can be defined pretty easily. It's simply the latest term to describe what happens when someone goes too far in showing how much they like someone or something else, to the point of being ridiculous.
Kind of like Mac with Howie Roseman. Coming up on the other side,
Or you
Wyatt
with
Thompson. I'll stand on CAG's business all day long. We'll go to Wyatt Thompson and stand on his K-State business as they take on Iowa State in Dublin this Saturday at 11. Wyatt Thompson joins us here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey as well. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics want to get you feeling better, right? Don't you want to feel better? Don't you want your knees, your hips, your back, your shoulders, all of that to feel better than what it does right now? And as you get older, you think to yourself, when's it going to get better? Well, it's going to get better when you call my friends over at QC Kinetics and schedule that free consultation with the medical pros. There are thousands of patients at QC Kinetics who will tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. They turn their lives around with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair that damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies with no scalpels or pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. So grab your x-rays and MRIs and head to QC Kinetics for a free no-pressure chat and thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Grab the phone now, call them right now, and get an appointment. They're available on Saturday as well. 816-412-6299 and ask about that free consultation. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone.
Transform your home with the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC. Powell Exteriors KC will create the perfect custom deck or patio cover to keep you cool, comfortable, and loving life outside. Get your free estimate now, and you could be enjoying your new deck or patio in a matter of weeks. Siding, windows, roofing, they do it all. This time of year, it's all about decks, cover, and shade. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com to schedule your free estimate today. It's the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC, Kansas City's exterior experts.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. This season has been even better at the K because at every game you're always near a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka, the proud partner of your Kansas City Royals. They're absolutely delicious and pair perfectly with a day at the ballpark. You can find fans sipping Surfside everywhere at Kauffman Stadium, cheering on the boys in blue. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part is zero bubbles, which means zero troubles. It's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game. Ask for it at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game as well. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Chiefs Kingdom, are we ready to play? It's time for the Chiefs Kingdom scratch ticket, only from the Kansas Lottery. You could win up to $75,000 instantly, with even more ways to win exclusive, one-of-a-kind Kansas City Chiefs experiences through the Play On app. Play the Kansas Lottery Chiefs Kingdom scratch ticket today. See kslottery.com for details.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is the story of the one.
As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure. No gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsighc.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford. Buy right. Drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, very heavy approaching 110th Street. You're slow for about 2 miles with an accident before 435 blocking 2 left lanes. Missouri side, Northland 35 southbound, heavy from 152 down past Pleasant Valley Road with an accident blocking a lane of traffic there. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
The Fan. You can hear the Chiefs, the Royals, Kansas State Wildcats. There's a big one on Saturday, boys and girls.
Exciting one on Saturday. This is the way you start a college football season, right? Not against East Toenail State, but a top 25 battle. Let's go.
No doubt about it. 17th versus 22. We are now joined by Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Kansas State Wildcats. Wyatt, how are you on this lovely Wednesday morning?
You know what? I am almost perfect. Today is the day we've been waiting for in terms of leaving on what should be a great trip to see a great football game. And I'm like you, what a way to start the year, huh?
Yeah, it's outstanding. It's a top 25 game. It's a conference game also. So, there's a lot at stake for this game. What's the feel, though, kind of being the program that gets to kind of showcase themselves to the world for K-State to be able to do this? This is awesome for the program, Wyatt.
Well, it's hard to quantify what it's going to mean in terms of national and international exposure. I think that's one of the things that stands out to both Iowa State and K-State, to be honest with you. At least that's what they've talked about, since that very first press conference at both campuses. The Aer Lingus people have been great. The city of Dublin, the country of Ireland, that they're trying to educate their people on football, and why not with a game like this? You've got two teams, as you said, conference foes, pretty big rivals, as it turns out, over the last, for many years, but these last 8-10 years have been some crazy quality, great games. And I think we could have one again. I think these teams are pretty, they're a little bit different in some ways, but the way they operate with good coaching, good player development, quality recruiting, winning games. Why not? Let's do it.
So you guys are leaving today for Ireland? You're flying out of KCI? How does all that work for you guys? What's the travel like?
The first bus, and I think there are 6 or 7 buses that will go. Team, of course, would go first, I believe, if I'm not mistaken on that. But I haven't looked that deep into it. But these buses will leave between 12 o'clock and probably about 1:15 MCI, and then out of there somewhere around 5:30-ish, and then we get into Dublin, their time, at about 8:30 on Thursday morning. So it'll be a pretty good little flight over there, as we know. But, boy, the guys are excited about it. You know, I've talked to several players at practice over the last few days, especially those veteran guys that have been around a while, right? I mean, they're they're the leaders of this group, and kind of excited to get this thing going. You know, expectations are high, and I'm pumped up to see what they bring to the table, because I like what I've seen in camp.
Yeah, Wyatt Thompson is who we're talking to right now of the Kansas State Wildcats. And Wyatt, I want to ask you this. You talk about pumped up veterans and ready to show out. What are we expecting to see from Avery Johnson this year at the quarterback position, which is always, a prized position in Kansas State history?
I think we're missing the boat if we're not expecting him to take a pretty decent leap forward, because he even said, by his own admission at the end of last year, 9 wins was nice, but if I would have been better, we would have been better. And I love that. And I think he's tried in the offseason to be a better player in every way. 18 pounds of muscle mass added. He's maintaining that weight right now right at 200 pounds. He's worked a lot on, fundamentals and working with offensive coordinator Matt Wells and some of these new receivers and what have you. But even above and beyond that, when you talk to Matt Wells about why is he better, where is he better, he talks about pre-snap reads and just, how different he is now compared to when, he started as a starter last year as a true sophomore.
Wyatt, this is also a rivalry game. It's a conference game. And I'm going to say this, and tell me I'm wrong, but this feels bigger than a bowl game with this opportunity that K-State has, because obviously you're playing for something. It's a standalone type of game. It's the first game of the college football season. So do you feel that way, or is that just kind of me being like, we got 40-some bowls, but this is one where I feel like everybody's going to be watching, other than some of these bowls where there's 10 going on at one time?
Well, I think the uniqueness of it is probably what we're trying to describe here, because this is K-State's second international football game ever. The other one was back in the early 90s when they went to Tokyo and played against Nebraska. So that in itself is a very unique thing. But then I think, you look at, let's be honest, both of these teams have their sights on a couple of different things, maybe 3. 1, winning this game and getting off to a good start. 2, ending up in Arlington, Texas, the first weekend of December. And 3, trying to be a playoff team. So to me, just those factors right there probably make it every bit as cool, if not more so, than just, I don't want to say just a bowl game, but You get the idea. This is a big deal.
And you look at K-State's schedule, too, and I know it's early and people kind of, fight about the rankings and whatnot, but there's only one other ranked team on the schedule this year for K-State, and that comes on November 1st against Texas Tech. Currently, they're ranked 23. And so this looks like a year this could be the year for K-State, right?
Well, you certainly hope so, because we've talked about Avery, but we need to talk about Dylan Edwards and some of the other standout offensive weapons that K-State has, and I think they feel like they do have more weapons around Avery now with the addition of Jaron Bradley and Jerron Tibbs, those 2 transfer receivers. There are other guys, of course, too, but those guys are going to bring size and strength and experience, big catch radiuses at 6'3" and 6'5". That's huge for Avery as far as I'm concerned. And I'm really excited to see how they use Dylan and move him all over the field. And I think you're going to see a lot of Joe Jackson, another running back who was really pretty good, towards the end of last year, and I think has a lot of skill. The question is going to be, can that offensive line be what they hope it is? And then defensively, I think K-State has as good a defensive unit as most in the league. They've got to have those corners step up and replace Keenan Garber and Jacob Parrish, but I think the coaches are excited about Zayshawn Rich and Donovan McIntosh. So this should be a good defense with a lot of veteran guys, and I hope it plays out that way.
Wyatt wouldn't be doing my job if we didn't talk about the opposition in Iowa State. What does K-State need to avoid playing the Cyclones?
Well, you can't let them get off the deck and start running the ball with a great deal of precision, I guess I'll say, because they do have some veteran guys in their offensive line. Rocco Beck, their quarterback, is a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Hansen and Abu Sama are both, solid running backs, no question. They have good tight ends like K-State and Ben Bramer and Gabe Burkle. I think the question for them is two things for their season. One, can those new transfer receivers be what Higgins and Knoll were last year? And that's a tall order. Those dudes were second-day draft picks. They both had monster seasons. I've heard Matt Campbell say they were pros last year. Now, they're true pros now after being drafted, but everything they did was professional a year ago is his point. Hard to replace, right? And the next thing is they've got to be better in the defensive front because they were in the bottom third of the league last year in rush defense, and that's a little unlike Iowa State, to be honest with you. So, like all of us, they have their questions, but I think the strength certainly outweighs the weaknesses at this point. They're a good club and well coached.
Yeah, Wyatt, we appreciate the time. On Saturday morning, I'll be sure to have Rubens, Guinness, and by halftime, I'll just drink Jameson and enjoy the Wildcats going to a 1-0 start, buddy.
You sound like you got a good plan going there, brother.
Hey, man, I'm doing what I can. I'm not going anywhere. I'll just stay home, and by 2 o'clock, I'll be past week 0 and on to week 0.08.
There you go. Go Cats.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time, Wyatt. Enjoy Dublin. Enjoy all of that. That's going to be a great trip, and come back 1-0.
You got it. Thanks, bud. Fun to you guys.
Fun to talk to Wyatt Thompson, and like his voice to me, it just feels college football, right? Like you hear Wyatt Thompson, you're like, all right, we're here, man. Like it is officially football season, and I think, look, it's a great opportunity for K-State. There's no other games going on Saturday, that anybody's really going to be paying attention to. It's a top 25 matchup. It's a standalone game. It's 11 a.m. And look, I think it's a great opportunity for K-State to go over there and get a win. And really, when you look at their schedule, this is the year for K-State. You got your Wildcat shirt on in there, Matt. or Mac. I know you're.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Matt. I was thinking of, I don't know what. But maybe always love him. But I think you got your K-State shirt on. People are excited this year. This should be a big year for K-State. Like this is a golden opportunity for them. No ranked teams until November when you get Texas Tech on your schedule. Go take care of business this year, man. Be that team that finally gets over that hump for K-Staters.
Well, and like you said, this is their showcase of the world in 2 or 3 months when they're talking about playoff teams.
Yeah.
Everyone will talk about K-State, and they'll only have watched 1, maybe 2 games, but one of those games is week 0.
Yep, and I'll tell you what, man, first impressions in the NFL are obviously with the Chiefs, the last impression that people have, it stays with you forever, and people will have their minds made up about K-State and Iowa State by the time this game is over. And whichever team loses, it's going to be very hard for a lot of people to kind of let them back into the good graces of the college football world. That's why polling, I understand for some coaches, it does suck at the beginning of the year. But for fans and for guys like us that just watch week to week, it's fun to have all this kind of stuff going on with the rankings and whatnot. I love it. I think that's what brings a lot of life to college football. And so an opportunity here, and if you don't take advantage of it, that's on you. Go out there and kick some ass.
You should also take advantage of having every episode of the franchise available to you, or not the franchise, but the Kingdom documentary on ESPN Plus and Disney Plus. All of them are completed by you?
Yes,
all
watched every one
by
of them.
me.
Yep.
Max got one more to go.
One
it's
more.
the one that you
I would have
dread
thought he'd have been the
most.
first one to finish this thing.
I was going to finish. Yeah, it was Hannah's birthday yesterday, so it was just a little bit.
Shout out. Did you guys go to
happy birthday.
Applebee's? Or?
we did. It was brought up, actually. It was brought up. But no, we went to Sykes Lady.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it was-
Very good spot.
it was
Yeah,
great. It
no,
was
that's
awesome.
that's a hidden gem. Well, all the JoCo women know about
Yes.
that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, all
Are we
the
talking
moms
about
are
me,
out
or are we
there.
talking about the restaurant?
Both.
What was on the menu?
It's good. We got the whipped goat cheese to start.
I'm out.
It's fantastic. Oh, it's so
Oh, it's good. We had the whipped goat cheese.
Smash,
The
dude.
it's like the only food that I just
Really?
not going to go near.
Oh, it was like blueberry goat cheese with crackers. So
Because
good.
Cactus has got like these goat cheese and steak enchiladas now, and Jen's
hell yeah.
like she goes, I won't take it off the plate.
But yeah, then I had a chicken pesto, and she had the chicken pesto sandwich, and she had the Chicago cheesesteak.
Oh, very good.
It was fantastic. Yes.
Nice.
That we talked about yesterday. Chicago style, you dip it in. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
It was good. It was
Good
fantastic.
spot. Good hidden gem. Good happy hour.
Any
over there,
cocktails?
too.
Oh, yeah. I had
Because it looked like she had an Aperol spritz. Maybe it was wine.
No, I think she had wine, and I had sangria.
I mean, I'm cool with that.
You do you.
You guys sat on a patio, too?
My wife
Hell
loves
yeah.
sangria.
It's a good day for wine and sangria.
Hot day for a patio day.
I saw the
In the
picture.
shade. We were in the shade. We were in the shade.
I saw the picture you posted on IG. Was she drinking like a rosé or like a white Zin?
Well, okay, that's what you're okay. That picture was old. That was an older picture, so that was not from yesterday. That was a orange wine.
Okay.
From that day. Yeah.
Orange. I've never heard of an orange wine.
That's her favorite kind of wine.
Really?
Orange
Where
wine.
do you get that?
Red Door Wine Store?
Yeah, wine stores.
I mean, like, I've never heard of
I had never
orange
heard of it
wine.
until we just walked past it one time, and ever since we tried it 2 years ago, it's
Yeah.
been her favorite. She loves it.
all
So
right.
yeah.
Is it like fruity? Is it like a rosé? Is it sweet?
I would assume it's probably like a little acidic, a little bit of. It's probably better served chilled. I would assume since it's like a
Yes.
sparkling. Yeah.
It's kind of like a white wine ish. It's not oranges. That's
Oh,
what I
it's
thought too.
not.
It's not
Oh,
oranges.
okay.
I thought that at first too. It's grapes, but there's something about the grapes makes it orange. Like they're
Like cotton candy grapes? Are we making wine with that yet?
No, that's called Moscato.
That is kind of cotton candy grape-ish.
But yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to finish The Kingdom tonight. Very excited about it.
Okay, so
Yes.
you got to finish. The ending is just fantastic. They couldn't have ended it in a better way. And the last couple of episodes, like you mentioned it earlier, the meeting with Veach and Clark and Andy after they win that Texans game in the playoffs. I thought that was just cool.
Yes, that was very
I mean,
cool.
I don't have a lot to add. Like, oh my God, like some kind of profound take or something like that. I just sat there as a fan going, this is really interesting.
This is awesome.
They're not saying a whole heck of a lot, but just seeing the reaction of everybody kind of living in that moment of we're in our 7th straight AFC Championship game, and Travis has broke every record known to man.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really cool
It was
moment
awesome,
in that.
man. You can tell even Andy Reid's like, whoa.
Yeah, that's the part for me was like Andy was even like impressed by it, right?
Yeah.
He's seen everything in this league.
Exactly.
I love the Tony Romo line.
Oh, the Tony Romo line was
Which one?
I mean, you got 3:33 to go, Josh Allen. The time's yours.
And then I love how they played the Karlaftis because it's funny how you see things at the end of a season, but then you don't see everything, like the tea leaves of it. And Karlaftis was really bugged in that Buffalo game earlier in the season where he's like, I spun too late. Otherwise, it's a strip sack. We win that game. And the 1 seed is essentially done by week, whatever they played them, 9, 10, whatever it was, 6, 5, I don't even know, Nixon 6. And I think that, and then the way they come back full circle to that game, Karlaftis is like, they let George free. Josh Allen got loose. He chucked it up there. He goes, it was a great throw. His guy just didn't catch it.
Yeah.
And again, I go back to the take that I know our buddy hates that loves Cincinnati on the text line. That's why those games against Buffalo are always, to me, the ones that I'm on the edge of my seat
Absolutely.
or standing every single time because they're always close. It's always a play. It's always 13 seconds. It's 4th and 1. It's goal line stand. They scored. All right, let's go do it. They don't want to quit. Let's keep going. Because when they play the Houston Texans in the playoffs, you hear Travis Kelce, they ain't ready for this. They're done. They're ready to go home. And that's why. And then you hear Tony Romo be like, hey, man, like, Josh Allen, this is your moment, man.
and that's
3:33 left in the game to go to the championship game, the Super Bowl. Here you go.
And that's to me why Josh Allen is not Patrick Mahomes and never will be. I mean, Tony Romo laid that out there as well as you could, like it was scripted. And he said, with 3:33 to go in the game, the Bills have the ball, right? This is that last possession. 3:33, what were they down?
3.
At that point, they were down 3, right? Yep. So you had an opportunity. You didn't have to go win the game, but just give your team a chance to tie the game and give that Tyler Bass an opportunity to be wide right. And so they start that drive, and Tony Romo goes, Jim, I'm just going to tell you, if you're Josh Allen, this is your time.
He's not lying.
It couldn't have been. Like, I didn't see that because I was at the game. So I had never known that had happened. I had never known that was uttered. If that was uttered and I had heard that, we'd have been playing the crap out of that thing, right? Like, so if something like that happens from now on and I'm at the game, we need to know about that because that, to me, right there, that's the money line of not just that game, of not just this rivalry, of the careers of Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Tony Romo in one line with 3:33 to go. This is your time, Josh. And what did Josh Allen do? didn't come through. Yeah, your guy dropped the pass. Yeah, you were short for a yard. All this kind of stuff. But that's the difference between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. 3:33 to go. Tony Romo saying, Chiefs are going to win this, Jim. You know Patrick's going to find Travis in the back of that end zone, and the Chiefs are going to win by 4. He was setting Josh Allen up to have the moment. And Josh Allen didn't have the moment. So stop bringing the smoke that he's better than Patrick Mahomes, because you know damn well Mahomes would have led that team down the field for a score.
He wouldn't have let it get to that's the thing. It's like, well, then don't let it come down to a yard. Don't let it be a fourth down.
Right, yeah.
Like, get 6 yards on 3rd and inches and 4th and inches. Like, just get the first down. On 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl against the 49ers, like, people are like, Tony Romo again, Jim, this could be it. This could really come down to it. And Mahomes keeps it, runs for 10 yards, and we never even think about that play. But that was a 4th and 1 on the start of the overtime drive to win the Super Bowl. It was a 4th down, and that's exactly what Josh Allen had, man, and couldn't do it. Now, I will say that was a drop. He had a great throw, but got to make it happen, man.
You got to make it happen.
Yeah, I know.
You
it's
have
not always fair.
You're right, and it always comes back to the quarterback. I don't even remember the tight end who dropped the pass,
Kincaid,
right? Like, nobody's going to remember that guy, but we're always going to remember that was another opportunity that Josh Allen had. This is the way sports works.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes, right? So Kincaid obviously should have caught that. Mark Andrews should have caught the pass too, for Baltimore last year, right? Remember when he dropped that 2-point conversion, right?
Yes.
Among others.
Among others, right. But you've got to make these plays, and that's the difference in DNA, if you will, the winning DNA versus the very good DNA. Patrick Mahomes has the winning DNA, and that's why Chris Jones at one point says, I always think we have a chance with Pat and Andy. Yeah. I've been saying that since year 2 with these guys.
Well, it's like what Brittany said after the AFC Championship game. She said it's always going to be okay, because Taylor was like, I was just so nervous. I had to talk to you. I didn't know what to do. Is everything going to be okay? Brittany was like, yeah, it's always going to be okay. And it's like, I love that.
And then she stood between Donna and Brittany and goes, my 2 pillars of support.
yes. Yeah, that
Where's
was
that
funny.
song on the album? Orange wine, also known as a skin contact white wine. Skin fermented white wine or amber wine is a type of wine made from white wine grapes, where the grape skins are not removed but stay in contact with the juice for days or even months, as is more typical with red wines. Orange wines range in color from pale yellow to deep amber, depending on the grape, varietal, and length of the skin contact.
That's interesting. I never heard of that before. That's awesome.
Refreshing.
Bring a bottle. It's a bottle and a platter.
Okay. Will do.
Gonna get twisted on that day. Coming up in about 20 minutes, Matt Quatraro, the Royals manager, will join us. But coming up next, I got a bold take about the Rams. I'll explain. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, here we are, guys, right? We're headed towards fall. We're about 10 days or so away from the start of September, and that means the best seeding season of the year. And if you're going to have your lawn seeded this fall, my friends at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control need to be doing it for you, because they're going to do ours. September 8th is our day, because Jake was out the other day from Aspen walking around the yard and said, hey, man, we've been out looking at your yard. We've come up with a plan for the fall, and we're ready to enact it. He goes, we're going to spray one more time. That'll be on Wednesday, which is today. And then on September 8th, we got you down for that seeding. And he says, it's going to be great. He goes, we've really made a good difference in your yard, haven't we? I go, yeah, it's been awesome. He goes, night and day from the first time we came out here. I said, yeah, it is. He goes, and we're going to take it even further now with that fall seeding, because with fall, the best time to seed is right now. Aspen's professional seeding fills in the bare spots, strengthens the weak areas, helps reduce the weeds, and sets the stage for a lush green lawn by spring. And it's one of the most important things you can do for your lawn all season long. So get in touch with Aspen today. They're going to give you 10% off fall seeding for a limited time when you mention this ad. So check them out now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and let me tell you about my people at GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with those dealerships, those annoying hassles, all that stuff that the dealership brings, and private sale tire kickers, and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com big cash giveaway. Give Me the VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Get 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. For more details, go to their website, GiveMeTheVin.com. So again, say goodbye to the dealerships and say goodbye to the private sale tire kickers and go to GiveMeTheVin.com. ForgiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, baseball fans, want to boost the odds on your next MLB parlay? Take the field with a Parlay Boost token from BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Log into your BetMGM account to receive your token. Then, place a parlay on any MLB game and apply the token. Just make sure to bet up to the minimum stake, odds, and legs specified on the token. If your boosted parlay hits, you'll score a bigger payout. Feeling good about your MLB parlay? Step up to the plate for your chance to score. Claim your MLB Parlay Boost token today. Join the excitement all season long with BetMGM. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
This Labor Day weekend, we're celebrating Bob's Discount Furniture's 200th store milestone with the entire Bob's family across the country. For more than 30 years, we've believed everyone deserves the home they love. That's why we brought our everyday low prices on furniture, mattresses, and more to over 200 locations from coast to coast and counting. Not to mention free treats for the whole family in our cafes. Celebrate Bob's Discount Furniture's 200 store milestone this Labor Day weekend.
Oh, my Bob!
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Guys, are you always tired and ready to do something about getting your energy back, but just don't have the time? Now, Synergen X and Low T Center have the solution. New at-home TRT, personalized to get you and delivered straight to your door. Getting started is quick and easy. Drop in at one of our centers for a quick test and get set up on the program. Save even more time with our new mobile app. It's like being at the provider's office without the hassle. Affordable treatment options are available. Don't wait. Book at FixMyLowT.com. FixMyLowT.com.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
At Metal by the Foot, we pride ourselves on delivering the highest quality metal to meet your exact needs. Located in Casey and Topeka, online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, still pretty heavy approaching 110th Street. You're slow for about a mile over to a construction zone before 435 with the left lane blocked. Missouri side 35 southbound recovering. Earlier accident at Pleasant Valley Road has cleared. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Final segment, 8 o'clock hour here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey as well. Before we get to Matt Quatraro, the Royals manager, at 9 o'clock. Hey, Matt.
Good morning.
You know, ever since, the tough questions got asked, this Royals team has been doing great. I'll take some credit. But no, I kid. Royals playing well, played very well last night, went 5-2. Bobby Witt Jr.'s 100th home run. We asked yesterday, what happens first? Salvador Perez gets 300. Yaz hits another leadoff homer. Bobby hits his 100th career home run.
I went Bobby.
And there you go. So, again, the Royals, the offense, the pitching, the defense was all there last night. The hits may not have been there, but what do you want to bitch about? You want to bitch about hits or you want to bitch about runs? Because they put up 5. So there you go. One thing that I think is kind of eye-opening is that every year in the NFL, we pick a team to go from first to worst or worst to first, right? I think the Rams are in the category for going worst to first. I am absolutely scared and literally worried about the Los Angeles Rams. It is no secret. I have said this many, many times. I watch FS1 every day when I go home. Colin Cowherd I find interesting, even though I don't agree with everything he says, because he has the Broncos as the 4th best team, the Chiefs as the 5th best team. I like to listen to people that are outside of my world of sports. I like first things first. I like Colin Cowherd. I think everybody has some good takes on there. And he was talking with Matt Hasselbeck on Monday, as he does every Monday, I believe at 1 o'clock or 12. It's one of those times. And Matt Hasselbeck is actually very insightful. He's a good guy to listen to because he's one of those quarterbacks that weren't really like superstar powerful. Probably made the biggest mistake of his life telling Green Bay at the overtime coin flip, we'll take the ball and we're going to score. And Al Harris picked 6, Seattle's out of the playoffs. One of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. But he did mention Matthew Stafford, and it is a conversation because Matthew Stafford's Super Bowl winning quarterback on the Rams, and he is what will keep that ship moving. And if that ship is not moving because that back is not sturdy, which is a big concern, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago about veteran quarterbacks not playing in the preseason, right? Josh Allen hadn't taken a snap, probably doesn't need to. Aaron Rodgers hadn't taken a snap, probably doesn't need to. Matthew Stafford doesn't need to take a snap with the Rams, but he's limping into practice. He's gingerly getting around. He has a back issue. We know Matthew Stafford has battled through injuries before. He's 37. And it's a back issue. And I'm worried that if Matthew Stafford steps back in the pocket and gets walloped, like that could ruin their season, and that would cause them to go from first to worst because I worry about the health of Matthew Stafford and what that can do for that team.
Yeah, you ever have a back injury?
Oh.
Have you ever had a back injury? Are you old enough to have a back injury?
My back
yet?
has been hurt before, yeah.
Yeah, but it affects everything, right? And it's something like you can't walk. You can't do anything if your back is injured. And if you have an injured back and you're a football player and it's not getting any better.
Let alone a quarterback.
Let alone the quarterback for a team like this. I remember just like Mike Sweeney's back injuries and how that derailed, obviously, his career and ended it. Now, Matthew Stafford has had a long enough career, and there was talk about him walking away this offseason. Remember, it was, do they re-sign him? Are they going to trade him? What's going to happen? Weren't a lot of trade offers for Matthew Stafford, right? Now, I think maybe we're seeing why because of his age, and maybe they did their due diligence, looked at the x-rays or whatever, the MRIs. He should be going to QC Kinetics. I'll tell you what, they'll fix him up right now. Let's go. But the back injury, I feel like I'm kind of with Dusty on this one. It's going to be, I feel like, a topic all year long about Matthew. The guy has not played yet. The guy has not practiced yet this year, guys. And I think the quote from Sean McVay earlier this week was, we hope that he's going to be out there. We think he's going to be out there in practice. We'll see what he can do. But it's like they're not guaranteeing anything. And we're on the 20th day of August right now. And your quarterback has yet to throw a pass in training camp. I don't know how anybody could be. Who's their backup?
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Jimmy G.
Or Stetson Bennett.
Who would you rather go with?
Stetson Bennett is apparently catching heat or catching momentum.
Wasn't he the guy that was crawling through windows with underwear on in Dallas or something like that?
He was a bit inebriated. Yeah. Got arrested because he was partying hard after the national championship parade.
Right. So he's that same. You're a kid. It happens, right?
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure.
25.
Well, I've been known to do stupid things well into my 30s.
Like if you got a story from like Mac, he's like, "Hey, I got to miss the show. I went to jail this week because I was crawling through windows in my underwear."
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, "Dude, grow up."
He's
25.
Yeah, I would say that to you because you're working. This kid was still in college. I don't know. It is whatever. But you don't hold that against him. But I don't know if he's any good as a quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo, I would probably fly with if I were the Rams.
I think so.
But still at that point in time, your starting quarterback has a back injury. How can anybody be positive, bullish, if you will, on the Rams this year. That division just does nothing for me.
I know you're not an NFC West guy
at all.
Well, Seattle's could run away with it.
They could.
They got Darnold and Cooper Kupp and JSN. Plus, they got Kenny Walker and Charbonnet, who could be good pieces on that offense. Their defense is decent.
Torrey Horton, got to know for the Seahawks this season. Remember that name, Torrey Horton.
Torrey Horton.
Torrey Horton.
Torrey Horton
Here's
will
a
be
who.
who will take over for MVS by week 4.
Wow.
MVS is in Seattle.
He's their wide receiver 3. Torrey Horton will be their wide receiver 3. Yeah.
Then you have Kyler Murray in Arizona. We know Bob has no hope in that process, but could.
Yeah.
With McBride and Connor, a veteran running back. Also, you have Marvin Harrison Jr. and can Kyler finally turn the page? We don't know.
Yeah.
You look at the Niners, right? No Brandon Ayuk for at least 6 weeks, we think. No Deebo Samuel anymore. Christian McCaffrey. An enigma
healthy,
what he could be as a running back / piece in that offense. And Brock Purdy. Now it's time. This is your team now. Now you get to go be that guy. I feel safe with Brock Purdy if I'm the Niners. I don't know if I feel super confident, but I feel safe.
You feel safe.
If you're the Rams and you don't have Matthew Stafford, but you have weapons. So maybe that's enough. I mean, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams.
Is Devontae Adams still considered a weapon, though?
He did okay last
really
year.
Good.
You do? Okay.
I think he's really good.
Okay.
And now he's away from the Aaron Rodgers saga and everything like that. He's in L.A. He's played in L.A. before.
He's in L.A. where nobody knows the team exists.
Yes. But I am worried about Matthew Stafford. I wonder if that's
huge.
Where that's going to be. Like, I would set the over-under right now. Matthew Stafford games played at 3.5. Would you take the over or the under?
Under, no question. No, I'm with you. That's a good number, and I would 100% take the under on that because I've seen back injuries are the ultimate. It'll be fine tomorrow. And then it's 6 months from now and we're still saying it's going to be fine tomorrow. So the back injury is one, man, that once I hear back injury, I'm like, that guy's done.
And people have said on the text line, he practiced Monday and yesterday, but he did not look great to me. He looked like he was walking slow. And Matt Hasselbeck said that as well on the herd. Like, he doesn't look like he's ready for week 1 or that he's ready to go out there. Like, he's practicing and you're saying looks good. Sounds like a lot of excuses.
It does. That's a great take by you. That's built-in excuses right there. They're hoping he looks good. You hear a lot of coaches talk, and they don't say hope, but boy, you can sense the hope. Sean McVay is hoping. I mean, again, they could have just left Matthew Stafford on the cutting room floor this offseason, and they brought him back.
The funny take I saw yesterday was that with Anthony Richardson getting demoted to the backup to Daniel Jones, it was like, watch, Sean McVay is going to get a hold of Anthony Richardson and turn him into a top 10 quarterback.
Well, but he wants to be traded. But Anthony Richardson's agent needs to dummy the F up, man. Like, you're out there saying we don't understand and we don't trust the organization. Your guy quit on his team last year. Do we forget that Anthony Richardson legitimately tapped the F out on his teammates last year? If I'm the Indianapolis Colts, I'd have put Lurch in there a quarterback over Anthony Richardson. That guy didn't stand a shot if I was the Indianapolis Colts this year. Oh, yeah, you can come in here and try. Ain't giving you a chance. You quit on the team last year.
A lot of you guys were quitters on the Royals. Where are you at now? They are 65-61, 4 games above 500. The first time since May 25th. They are 2.5 games out of the wild card. And we talked to the man that is in charge of that team, Matt Quatraro, the Royals manager, joins us on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I told you, my friend over there in L.A., Matthew Stafford, ought to go see my friends over at QC Kinetics because they can make him feel better because that's what they do. They help people who have back injuries, knee pain, hip pain, shoulder pain. All of that joint pain can be gone if you go see my friends over at QC Kinetics. And you're getting to that age right now where it's just not healing by itself like it used to, right? So call my friends and schedule that free consultation with the medical pros at QC Kinetics. And there are thousands of patients who will tell you they wish they would have done that sooner. They turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair that damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies. No scalpels, no pills, and no long-term recovery or anything like that. Just long-term relief. So grab your x-rays and MRIs and go to QC Kinetics for a free consultation to see if you're a good candidate. Call them now. Appointments available on Saturday, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. And ask about that free consultation. 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent fountain and frozen drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, or dig between your couch cushions, or ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. We take those too. 89-cent frozen and fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
Don't fumble your airport parking. Score big with Park and Go. All covered parking, fast and free shuttles, and open 24/7. For the best deals in airport parking, reserve your spot now at bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and fan approved.
If you've started thinking about what to wear this fall, your timing is perfect because Macy's Fall Preview event has early deals on looks everyone will be wearing. Romantic dresses from BCBG and Avec Les Filles, Western-inspired boots and bags from Steve Madden, all 25% off. Plus, take 15 to 25% off fall beauty from Yves Saint Laurent, Estee Lauder, and Clinique. Don't wait. This fall preview won't be around for long, so come into Macy's tomorrow. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
The world's coming to Kansas City in 2026. Is your parking lot ready? Faded lines, potholes, unsafe sidewalks. Gann Asphalt and Concrete is your winning team. One contractor. All things parking lot. Visit GannAsphalt.com today.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit SaveALifeNow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 470 eastbound, very heavy from Blue Ridge Boulevard out towards Raytown Road with a car fire blocking the right lane. Heading on the Kansas side, 70 eastbound, very heavy approaching 110th Street. Stay slow to 435 with a problem in the left lane. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Tune in Saturday, August 23rd for K-State and Iowa State, live from Dublin, with pregame starting at 9, kickoff at 11, on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey man, good morning, how do you do? Hey man, just wanna talk about the boys in blue. Hey man, now that you've been here a year, what's your favorite KCQ? Hey man, what's new in the clubhouse, the bullpen and the lineup too? Hey man, how was the road trip? Bob and Dusty wanna know. Hey man, what do you think of Slugger and FM radio? Hey man, is it true you're a deadhead too? Hey man, kid baseball, wanna talk music with you? Hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, Quatraro. Hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man,
right, 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, we get to Matt Quatraro, the Royals manager. God, it feels good after that game last night, Q. I'll tell you what, man, I was jumping and jiving and chugging some brews, probably a little too late. But how about that win last night? All three phases, pitching, defense, and offense showed up.
Well, you bounced back good to get up for a 6 o'clock show if you're had a couple too many.
I'm not, Matt, I'm not human, okay? I've never had a hangover.
Hey, dude, he's 38 years old. He's a lot younger than we are. Doesn't have the kids running around, so he's got the opportunity to do that stuff.
0 kids, 0 wife, 0 hangovers, 0 trouble, 0 bubbles. That's Surfside for you. But if you want, when you celebrate making the playoffs this year, I can come in the locker room and kind of show some guys around.
Jeez, well, let's hold off on that one. I mean, if you seem like a professional celebrator, but that's good. That's good. Yeah, last night was a good game. I mean, the pitching's been really good. That's been pretty constant. We've hit for a lot more power this last month or so, and that's been encouraging. And Bobby's home run was a huge separator last night. But there's been a lot of really positive things the last week, 10 days for sure, and the defense has been outstanding. The base running's been good, so it's a time where when you put those things together, you're going to give yourself a really good chance to win.
I don't know what you just said there, Matt, and I'm sorry. You called the man a professional celebrator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that there's been a better term for an individual than somebody calling Dusty a professional celebrator. It was so good.
Well, I mean, how can you be 38 years old and never have had a hangover? You must be a pro.
Because I'm sick. I'm sick and twisted. I'm not normal. Matt, how professional did Seth Lugo look last night in a key game against those Texas Rangers?
It was great to get, a Lugo-esque performance back. I mean, he pitched into the 7th with 2 runs. I mean, that you're going to take that chance every time, and that's what we've become accustomed to seeing from him. He's had a couple of blips these last couple of times, but guys like him, they know how to deal with that mentally, emotionally. He wasn't panicked. He wasn't looking for something to change. It was all about execution.
Talking with Matt Quatraro here, the manager of the Royals, and he did mention Lugo, Bobby with the 100th home run. But these veteran guys you added, Q, just continue to make a huge difference on this team. Like, I hate to be that guy. Where would we be without Yaz? But where would we be without Yaz right now? He's been outstanding for you guys.
Yeah, he has. And, obviously what you see on the field has been great. I mean, the home runs, the professional at-bats. You look at, I don't know how many he's had, but several 8, 9, 10 pitch at bats, and those, he might not even get a hit in some of those or get on base, but what that does for the, breaking down the opposing pitching staff and having guys get a better shot at him behind him, all those kinds of things, and just showing some of the younger players what those at bats look like at this time of year is really big. And behind the scenes, what he's done, the conversations in the cage in the clubhouse, his demeanor is very calm. He doesn't get too hyped up one way or the other, but you can tell there's a real fire inside of him competitively.
We don't have a lot to go on when it comes to, bringing in players and differences that get made. We always go back to 14 and 15, and I apologize for that because that's the way we operate, because that's all we really have to go on, right? And you guys did, I think, a lot of what they did in 14 and 15. They added those random veteran guys in. And you look at it up from a just a number standpoint. You go, what does that guy get to bring to the table? But then I hear you talk about all the behind the scenes stuff, just like they did in 14 and 15. Is that sometimes more valuable than the on the field stuff for you?
Well, on the field, obviously, you have to perform, right? You can have a bunch of nice guys and competitors and those kinds of things, but you have to perform. And I think what fans need to understand, and people that aren't in it day to day, is there's a lot of really good major league players that aren't household names and that aren't going to say, oh man, we're going to get, the big superstar. There's guys that like the Yaz's that are, 8-year major league player. That just in of itself to stick around that long and be a productive player. And when you're playing him in a role that he's suited for, where he's facing predominantly righties, he's a really good defender. Like, he does a lot of things that can help you win a game. And those are the kinds of moves that we tried to make, is putting, he and Grichuk are essentially a complementary player. One crushes lefties, one crushes righties. They both play pretty good defense. They're good base runners. And then you add on the stuff behind the scenes and they become, the what is it? I can never get that saying right, but the total is greater than the sum of the parts or whatever.
Right.
But that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to make your 26 guys 28, or 29 by adding up all the little things.
Yeah, you talk about adding up all the little things, and I go back to your quote from last weekend about something's going to have to open up. And I know Yaz is slugging like crazy, and I'm not saying that this is where he would come into play, but the kid in AAA right now is doing a lot of damage down there in Jack Caglione. Is that something that has to open up possibly September 1st when the rosters expand?
Well, I mean, Jack's doing what we would hope he does going down there on his rehab assignment, right? He's hitting for power. We're looking, there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes too, that we've talked with Jack about his routines and understand, he got a decent exposure in the big leagues and understands now what the game is here. And that's the only way you're going to get to improve at this level is to play at this level, but he was exposed to it. So yeah, if an opportunity comes up and he's available, then for sure we'll consider that. But September is an option. Anytime between now and then is an option. But at the same time, we have to have a role where he's going to play, because if he's not playing on a regular basis, then we have to figure out what's best for him at this young stage of his career.
Is there something he's doing currently in AAA right now that maybe you guys saw that he wasn't doing that you're seeing that he's starting to do now, like a learning curve type of thing with Jack Caglione that can get him back to Kauffman Stadium?
Well, when he went to AAA the first time, it was only a couple of weeks, but he crushed AAA the first time. I mean, he did everything he could possibly do in the minor leagues in that short stint. Now, what he's doing more so from his routines and the quality of his at-bats, I think they have improved a little. But again, he's been down there for 6 games last week and so 7 total games. So it would be unrealistic to think, boy, the guy has transformed his routine or he's become a different guy, and not that we were looking for him to be a different guy, but it's only been 1 week essentially of baseball.
Yeah, Q, I think, and I've been looking for the last couple of weeks how to, I talk for a living, but sometimes you just can't come up with the right words or the right way to describe something. Vinny Pasquantino, to me, is like, he's not the best player on the team, but I feel like he's the heart and soul of your team. And if anything were to happen, like when he left that game on Saturday, we all thought the worst, right? I mean, that's in the stands. We're all sitting there going, oh, my God, Vinny's out of the game. We can't win without Vinny. How do you describe what Vinny Pasquantino brings to the club? Because I'm struggling to do so, but I know it's a hell of a lot, and we can't win without that guy.
Well, when you look at the guy that hits third for you every day in a major league season, that's an extremely valuable player on your team. He's not he might be, you never know, like who is the best player on any given day. You don't win with one best player, right? You need a really good, deep team. And Vinny is a huge part of that. He's a really, really good major league player that his skill set is different than a Bobby or an Izzy or whatever. He's a first baseman that hits for power, puts really good at-bats together, can hit righties and lefties, plays good defense, is a good clubhouse presence, works extremely hard, knows how to prepare. Like, there are a lot of things that Vinny does extremely well that make him a really, really good middle-of-the-order bat on a good major league team.
Yeah, I'm glad you said the clubhouse presence. Last one for you. The addition of Frazier and Yaz on this team and Grechik as well, showing production in the lineup. What's the production been like in that clubhouse with those additions with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the immeasurables, right? I mean, they know what it takes to win. They've been on playoff teams before. Frazier's for a term I've heard recently, a glue guy. He's one of those guys that keeps everybody focused, and he's one of the guys that has a really good way about him to keep people accountable. And it's not necessarily that things have gone wrong. It's just that when a player delivers a message to another player in a way of like, he's very matter of fact. Somebody feels sorry for themselves or thinks that things aren't going their way, he'll be like, hey, get over it. Like, win the game, those kinds of things. And when that comes from a player, that's far more valuable than when it comes from me or a member of the coaching staff. And he just has that way. We've all experienced this in life, right? When certain people have a way of giving you feedback that it doesn't come across as critical, or all of a sudden you hate that person. Other people don't have that skill, and Frazier has that skill, and it's extremely valuable.
Which Dead concert was your favorite of the list I sent you over the weekend?
I got to go with the one one I remember that I went to was not on that list. So I have to go with and they made a 3 CD box set of Dozin' at the Nick in 1989 or 90, whatever year that was. I have to go with the most memorable one for me.
Where was that concert?
Albany, New York. Yeah, Albany. It used to be called Knickerbocker Arena, and now it's had multiple names since then. But they made a 3 CD box set from those 3 nights.
Well, that has to be up there on that list. They had the number one was the one at the college in upstate New York, where they kind of invaded and took over and became a legend. Imagine seeing the Dead when you're in college.
Well, I saw them in high school, so that was just as mesmerizing for me. Yeah.
Were you a professional celebrator back then?
I was not.
Why you don't remember the concerts?
I got to catch up with you, buddy.
Well, keep catching up with those teams above you and get in the wild card, get in the playoffs, and let's dance in October, Q.
Okay. See you guys.
Talk to you next week.
That is manager Matt Quatraro there of the Kansas City Royals. I'll take that nickname. Professional celebrator?
You're a professional celebrator, he said.
You can take me out of the frat house. You can't take the frat out of the guy. Coming up on the other side, Matt got pissed at Dan Levitard. Is that right?
Oh, no.
Or is it Bob that got pissed at Dan Levitard?
I don't get pissed.
Mac. Okay. Well, you do get pissed, but come on. Look at him. He's like, what?
He's so mad. It was probably something about...
This guy doesn't get pissed. Just screaming at me about Howie Roseman yesterday.
Well, that's just a bad take
attacked.
on your... I mean, there's a song about your love for Howie Roseman.
You're right.
All right. Zero troubles, guys. Let's get back to
my ass.
Love it. I'm always your stand-up guy here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You seem like a professional celebrator.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. This season has been even better at the K because at every game, you're always near a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka, the proud partner of your Kansas City Royals. They're absolutely delicious and pair perfectly with a day at the ballpark. You can find fans sipping Surfside everywhere at Kauffman Stadium, cheering on the boys in blue. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part is zero bubbles, which means zero troubles. It's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game. Ask for it at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game as well. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Ring the bell. We've done it again. Golden Oak Lending has lowered rates to 4.875% fixed. While other lenders are talking about high interest rates, we're dropping rates. And we can get it done for you in as little as 14 days. Golden Oak Lending has just secured several $1 million that we can offer you as fixed-rate mortgages for 4.875%. Lower your monthly payment, get cash out, pay off credit cards, and best of all, make no mortgage payments for 2 months. It's fast and easy. Our debt consolidation customers save an average of $1,104 every month. And at Golden Oak, you never pay for your appraisal up front. Lock in this incredible 4.875% rate now before it's too late and say goodbye to those high-interest credit card rates. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Lending, cured my blues.
5.81 APR, FHA, 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit. Additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
It's not too late to enjoy your summer with a new or improved deck. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com to schedule a consultation today. Get your free estimate now, and you could be enjoying your new deck or patio in a matter of weeks. You are one click away from your best summer ever.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Lowe's knows tough jobs call for tougher tools. The new DeWalt Elite Series power tool accessories are built to last for the pro who doesn't stop. With precision fitment, durability, and impact resistance, finishing jobs faster has never been easier. Shop the new DeWalt Elite Series at an everyday low price exclusively at Lowe's. We help, you save.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Gold, and Circa Millions and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million, pick 5 games against the spread each week, 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread, lasts the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere, $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 90.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
Kansas City, under stadium lights, Max got his Chiefs gear, cheering with all his might. Red and gold, he's painted from head to toe. A kid with a dream where the arrowhead glows. He's screaming for Mahomes, living for the score. Every touchdown, he's begging for more. But the Super Bowl comes, and the Chiefs finally win. Something shifts in Mac, where do we begin? He's got posters of each, the GM Supreme, built the Chiefs dynasty, living the dream. But across the field, in Philly's green light, Howie Roseman's calling, stealing Mac's heart tonight. Oh, Mac, you're a star-crossed lover, torn in two. Kansas City's your home, but Philly's calling you. From Beach to Roseman, you're chasing a spark. A Chiefs fan in love with an eagle at heart. Your friends don't get it, they're shaking their heads, saying, Mac, what's wrong? You're out of your depth. Love's a wide play, no playbook to choose.
Boy. Well, he's got a scrapbook.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got a scrapbook. Ooh, what's in that scrapbook? Pictures of Howie Roseman.
How to spell Eagles.
Yes. Yeah, do you know how to spell Eagles? It's your team. E-A-G. What was it? E-A-G-L-E-S? Is that what? No, E-A-G.
I don't know if they got the A. Maybe it was E-J. No.
No, it was E-A-G-L-E-S.
Yeah, that may have been it.
E-A-G. No, that's Eagle.
E-L-G-L.
E-L-G-S-E-S or so. Yeah, not even close.
Let's go, Birds!
Let's go, Birds.
Oh, is that Birds or Bears at the end?
I think it's Birds.
Oh, somebody yelled,
Yeah,
let's
me
go
too.
Bears.
Spell it right or wrong, they beat our ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of our ass, the Kansas City Chiefs, we ask you.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
238 votes in on the Fescoe and Dusty Wednesday poll question. What AFC West team worries you the most? The Denver Broncos, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Las Vegas Raiders, or none of them, actually? The Denver Broncos hold a 60.1% lead. The Chargers, 8.8%. The Vegas Raiders, 1.3%. And none, actually, 29.8%. So it's either Denver or none.
It's funny when you were going through the names of the teams, and I was just thinking about when I started covering the Chiefs in 2001, how the division is completely different. We had teams in San Diego, Oakland, Seattle, Denver, and Kansas City in the AFC West. Now we have Kansas City, Denver, Las Vegas, and LA. Seattle's in the NFC. San Diego doesn't have a team. Oakland doesn't have a team. It's crazy how much that has changed.
Somebody says that song is effing awesome. I feel like we're just listening to LFO. WTF are we listening to? LMAO. Love that song. LOL. Is this 303? And then we have a new T-shirt idea from the 785 Professional Celebrator.
That's right.
That's it. Yes.
That's a good one.
That's
we
a
make the
great one.
T-shirts. Sorry, Q, you're not getting your rights off of that one. I'll tell you that right now.
That's hilarious. Mac, you found a poll from Dan Le Batard's show that pissed you off. Please explain to that, please.
38 years old and never have had a hangover. He must be a pro.
Yeah, dude. Dan Le Batard, is Tom Brady still the face of the NFL?
Yes.
What?
No, he's not. He doesn't play in the NFL.
31% of the people say yes.
Is there any sort of like thing
That's a
around
small
that?
number, though. That it's because
31. One out of every 3 people.
Yeah, but the other side is 70% say no, right?
But 1 out of every 3 people you'd ask on the streets. I mean, obviously that's not what we got. 1,000 people have voted, so this is not the whole conglomerate. But I'm just saying, like that seems like a lot to me. It's been 8 years that the Chiefs have ruled. 6 years.
Yeah, he just doesn't go away, right? The Raiders organization,
Yep,
Fox
he's in your
broadcast, it's never going away. The statue gets put up the other day in New England, and we'll see what happens this year with Tom Brady because it's, the retirement party, right? It's, hey, Tom, how you doing? Just can't let it go. And I think this is why a lot of people, when you think of Travis Kelce's career, want to see him just go do life instead of be in the booth where I think he'd be successful or be on a pre or post game show. But again, like Tom Brady lost his marriage because he couldn't get rid of football. Tom Brady's still single because he doesn't want to get rid of football, which that's fine. It's his life. Do your thing. I have no care. But I feel like Travis Kelce, who is in the midst of a very serious relationship, probably wants to get away from football once he is done with football. I don't speak for him. I don't know that to be exact, but I would say that like that's probably why 30% of people say that Tom Brady's still the face of football because what? How long was Michael Jordan still the face of basketball when he was actually out of basketball?
Still to this day. I mean, still to this day, we're talking about Michael Jordan, though. I mean,
but he's not talking about it. He's not the face.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's not the face.
I mean, I look. I think when
LeBron is the face of basketball and has been for 15 years.
I think, I think when you talk though about sports, you guys at times have to remember, and I'm talking to sports fans in general. There are more casual sports fans out there than there are guys like us that are diehard that know what's going on. I would say, like looking at that poll, I would say that probably sums up the difference between hardcore sports fans and casual sports fans, right? I think there is a big difference. I think there's a lot of people that love to watch the Kansas City Chiefs and watch the games. Don't have any idea the three of us exist, right? They just watch that game.
For sure.
They're fans of football, whatever it is, and they go about their day. There's a lot of people who say, yeah, I'm a big NFL fan. Name a player, and they immediately will say Tom Brady. Because he was in your face for so long. And as Dusty pointed out, he's the number one broadcast team. He's the owner of one of the most prominent franchises now and sported that white jacket that looked like unbelievable the other day.
He got laid after that game.
Oh,
Bob
before that game, I mean, could you imagine Jen's reaction if I waltzed in with that jacket on?
Do they have that jacket, but like Chiefs red?
I don't know,
If
but
they
I
did.
I think I'd like. I think the white is what does it. But again, you can only wear that one time, and then you get to catch up on it and forget about it. It's over. But like Tom Brady he's one of those guys that like the casual of casual fans knows who Tom Brady is.
I completely agree, and I see what you're saying. But my counter would be to that. So is Mahomes. The NBA didn't have a guy like that, like Jordan, for a long time. LeBron didn't get to that till mid 2010s.
Once he went back to the Cleveland and won a title.
Let me ask you this. Everybody weigh in on this on the text line too.
No.
Do you think that when it's all done for Patrick Mahomes and LeBron James, those two guys right now, because we got Brady and Jordan up here, right? Do you think those two guys will be able to just kind of let it go and go back into the background and just be who they are? Or do you think they will be that narcissistic like Tom Brady is? Because as much of a narcissistic as Aaron Rodgers is, I think once he's done playing, unless you're in the woods in Oregon, you probably aren't going to see much from Aaron Rodgers, right? Because I don't think he offers a lot being on TV. I don't find him to be engaging. I don't find him to be somebody I want telling me about a football game, quite honestly.
No.
So I think we'll see him disappear. But Tom Brady, you want to talk about that ego, that narcissistic side of things. I mean, as Dusty pointed out, the man left his wife to continue to play football.
She left him to go do jiu-jitsu, and then she never came back.
Right. Well, exactly. However you want to look at it.
She went from a yellow belt to no belt.
But she also said, this better be it or I'm gone.
It's me or it.
Don't
Tom.
have a fall wedding and don't take my pizza cutter.
And then he said, well, actually, I could have Sydney Sweeney, Sophie Vergara, Kim Kardashian.
Right. See you later. But like, so as long as Tom can't let it go, he's always going to be out there. People are always going to look at him as kind of the face of the NFL from a playing standpoint. No, it's Patrick Mahomes, and there's no debate at who number 2 is. But when you look at the NFL as a whole, I bet you if you ask people, name 5 figures in the NFL right now, everybody says Tom Brady.
You don't think everyone says Mahomes?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you go out on the street and say, name 5 NFL figures, not players, just figures of the NFL. I think you get Mahomes. I think you get Brady. I think you get Kelsey. He's not really a figure now, though, in the NFL.
That's true.
I think you would probably get Tony Romo a lot.
Yeah.
I think you'll see a lot of similarities in Patrick's post-career that you see in Peyton Manning's.
Speaking of the Mannings, have you seen the short that Eli just dropped? He's on a double-decker bus driving around New York City, and then he pans over and Jameis Winston's with him, and it's a packed bus of people.
That sounds dope. I have to watch that.
But yeah, like Peyton has that kind of like, he's an adult.
He's a businessman first,
business.
and then it's now. I'm not saying that Mahomes is going to start like, I don't know, Wide 80 Productions like Peyton Manning started Omaha Productions, but I could see Mahomes like getting into the front office, doing a lot of like what George Brett did, right? Like getting into player personnel, helping out with drafting, helping out with the business, because Clark ain't going to be here forever. Mark Donovan ain't going to be here forever. Veach ain't going to be here forever. But the one thing that you can do to keep that foreverness somewhat intact in your system is keep somebody around that was with it and saw it be built. Well, this is how Brett taught us. This is how Mark Donovan taught us. This is how Andy taught us. This is how this all happened. That's why when people say when Andy Reid leaves and Mahomes is here, at that point, Mahomes will be 35, 36. It's like, I don't need Andy Reid anymore. And I don't mean that as a shot. It's just more so like, I know everything at the same moment that we are both on the same page throughout life and throughout the game of football, that he doesn't necessarily have to be present for me to understand how we run things.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a shot at Andy Reid at all. That's growing up. Like, as much as we're old enough to not need our parents, you still call your parents and ask for advice and, talk to them about things all the time, even though you don't need that there because you've gotten to that point in your life where you're technically on your own. Maybe Mahomes can call Andy Reid all he wants. Hey, Andy, I got a question on this or something. But, yeah, you feel good. Like, if Andy Reid were to retire today, you go, oh, this sucks. It's not good. But you go, we still have Patrick Mahomes. He'll be able to kind of figure this thing out. But look, I just think when you talk about faces of the NFL, I think when you talk about faces of sports, a lot of times it is a broadcaster that everybody sees, right? I mean, you talk about, college basketball. To me, it's Dick Vitale. It was Bill Walton for a while, doing the West Coast games and whatnot.
It was Madden in the NFL.
And it was Madden in the NFL. And I don't know who that analyst necessarily is right now. Tony Romo is very present, obviously, and Chris Collinsworth may be kind of that guy that everybody knows in the league. You tend to, the casual fan probably knows more about the broadcaster than they do about the teams playing on the field too, because they know, like my friend's mom hated, for whatever reason, absolutely hated, what was the guy's name who used to coach? Lou Holtz. Hated Lou Holtz on TV. Hated Lou Holtz. Passion for hating Lou Holtz.
Wasn't good.
But that's where people go. It's not about the team at times. They get this passion to hate this broadcaster or like this broadcaster.
I mean, Tony Romo. Yeah. Very controversial.
Very controversial. Went from the top of the mountain to the bottom real fast.
Can't stand him.
There's special teams out in South Bend like Notre Dame. They're going to be really good teams to play football.
Right.
Yeah, Lou Holtz.
He stunk. Yeah, he was terrible. Just like Dungy. He stinks too.
Polymarket Football, I'm sure you're
not
aware.
love them. That's a great site. Yeah,
okay.
They have good stuff.
It is believed that the NFL is seeking an 8-game suspension for Rasheed Rice per Adam Schefter. Schefter. Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter. Sorry, not a parody. Yeah, it is believed the NFL is seeking an 8-game suspension for Rasheed Rice per Adam Schefter from Polymarket Football. Mac? Let's get into another word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
How
How about one word on what Dusty just told us from Polymarket Football? 8 games for Rashee Rice alleged right now. That is what there could be estimated. 8 games. One word.
Based on everybody saying these double-digit games, if it ends up being 8, I guess that's a quote-unquote win. But I talked to somebody this morning who's like, I think it's going to be 4 to 6, but hell if I know, like nobody knows. 8 seems way too many to me. I still think 4 and settle at 2 is where it should be. But again, I'm different from everybody else.
I think my one word would be fair. Don't break the law. Don't run away. Don't be a menace to society. Take your punishment like a man. If it's 8 and you challenge, they go to 6. I think 8 is fair. If he plays all the way up to week 5, that means he's out until week 14. It's fair because guess what? He's going to have time off to stay healthy. And then guess what happens after week 14? 15, 16, 17, 18, playoff stretch run. Maybe you're fighting for that 1 seed. Oh, of course Rashee Rice comes back. Well, what is it, dumb fan?
Exactly.
Was it a fair suspension or was it the NFL letting him come back for the playoffs because he misses 8 weeks of the season? I think 8 is fair. I'm okay with 8. 8's fair.
Sophie Cunningham of the Indiana Fever going to be done for the season. Knee injury. I'm sorry, Dust Man. One word.
I'm going to say sad because I like watching her play, seeing what she does. She's good for the league in so many different ways. But I'm going to ask you what I asked you off the air. I've seen zero conversation about the WNBA since Caitlin Clark has been hurt. Can we all just end the conversation that she is the player that drives the WNBA? Now, I know football has kind of started up again, but we have heard nothing on the worldwide leader from the WNBA since Caitlin Clark has gone down. I think it's clear to everybody else, if she's not playing in the league, nobody cares about the league.
Yeah.
Because if the league had all these other great players, why aren't we talking about them? Everybody just walked away from the WNBA once Caitlin Clark got hurt. It's really sad.
It's sad because she's the love of my life but doesn't know it yet. She's very entertaining. Her outfits before the game are always mesmerizing. She's got a great personality. Luckily for her, she's still doing that podcast, which she just did a new one yesterday, talked about the injury. Didn't take it as a cheap shot, even though she was injured by the lady that's tended to injure a lot of players in the WNBA. It's a MCL tear, I believe, and that's not as super serious as an ACL. She'll be back next year. Caitlin back next year. Hopefully the dildos aren't back.
That's the only WNBA story that we've had since Caitlin Clark got hurt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and so we'll see. But golly, Sophie Cunningham, she's the key lime pie to my eye, man. Sweet, tart, and just absolutely would just love to have it. I know that I'm hard, 100%.
I hope, though, that this is a wake-up call to everybody else in the league to understand that this is Caitlin Clark's league. You can say what you want. You can treat her the way you want to treat her. What you guys don't understand is this is Caitlin Clark's league. And again, I go back to the golf analogy. Once they realized it was Tiger's league, everybody got better. Everybody made more money.
Arch Manning, he's been the story. He's the number 1 quarterback. He's facing the Ohio State in a couple weeks. We'll be at Bob's house to watch it all. The story of him not going in the NFL draft came out because his granddad was like, no, he's not going to the NFL draft. He's going to graduate college. His dad graduated college. His uncles graduated college. He'll do the same. Arch commented on that yesterday, and that story's back, baby.
Next year, is he right?
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from. He texted me and apologized about that, but I'm really just taking it day by day right now.
Why didn't he just come? Yeah, Grandpa. Why he should have just said senile is the one word. That's my senile grandpa out there doing that. I don't know what he's talking about.
What the hell he's saying.
But I don't like the fact that he let it back out because now all these draft nicks they've got their low hanging fruit.
Sure.
It's Arch Manning. Arch Manning still got to go play, and until he goes out there and truly plays, I don't know what to say about Arch Manning. This is, again, the narrative that gets started at the beginning of the year in college football is the one that's there, and it's tough to change the narrative, whether good or bad. Every single week, they're going to tell us Arch Manning is the number 1 quarterback in college football, regardless of what he does. Can we let the kid just go play?
Yeah, please.
I think he's going to win the Heisman. I think he's the best quarterback in college football. Okay. I just don't think we've seen enough because people don't get that opportunity when Quinn Ewers was playing. And I understand that Quinn Ewers hasn't made it in the NFL. Obviously, he just got drafted. He's been terrible so far in preseason. But again, for the criticism of him, why can't we be optimistic? Why can't we say for one time in our life, let's look at the back of the jersey and say, hey, he's got a Manning gene in him. Maybe he will be good. Peyton was good. Eli was good. Arch was good. Cooper was good. He just wasn't as good as those guys.
Well, Cooper had a back injury or a neck injury.
And he was sustained by injury to lose his career. So, I mean, he's the one that falls off. I think it's exciting. I also think it's kind of cool to bring in your home life like that when it comes out where Gramps might have been a little heavy on the old Forster. Yeah. It was like, he's not going to the pros.
I'll tell you, back in my day, we got college degrees.
Right. And he's like, sorry, man, I was a little hooped up on, Grandpa's cough syrup. But, do whatever you want. It's your life. I shouldn't be living inside of it. I think is basically what they were saying. Gramps doesn't need to live vicariously through grandson, and they nipped it, and now Arch Manning gets to go out in Texas and prove why he is who he is.
Got an Arch Manning lover over there, Bob. That Week 1 game is going to be interesting.
He's going
to be all in. He's going to be in burnt orange.
Yeah, that's fine. I root for Arch Manning. I hope he does great.
Me too. Me too.
But again, why do we have to declare things before we let them happen?
But everybody's declaring everything. Some people say he's not good. Some people are saying he's good because text line comes in. I would only ask, what gives you the assumption just because he's a Manning, because we haven't seen him do anything, then what gives you the assumption to have that take? Why can't you sit back and also?
Him, was it?
No, I'm saying that's what the text is saying.
Gotcha.
Like, why can't I assume, but yet everybody else is the safe one to say, oh, we haven't seen him play. We don't know what he can be. Why can't you be optimistic? Why do I have to? Why do I have to be the bad guy saying I think he will be good because I have these three guys as proof? But yet, well, why do we say that? Because he's a Manning? Why do you have to not be so optimistic? I just don't get it. Like, it cannot not be both.
Well, I think it's okay to be optimistic, but it's also just let the kid play again, too. Like, imagine the pressure of being the Texas quarterback, and I know you got the Manning stuff, and so it's a little bit different. You know how to deal with the pressure. It's the University of Texas, who has not won a damn thing on the football field in a very long time. It's the Manning name. It's the NIL money. It's the media pressure. It's already being the number 1 overall pick. My God, can that guy legally buy a beer on 6th Street yet?
Also, you may not understand what we do for a living. The answer is because you don't need to predict. You just need to watch it all play out for itself. That's boring. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, we spit takes, baby. Little League spitting takes on Ohtani. Here's this Little League softball player.
Good. Love it.
Home run ball he hit in a game you went to? What was that? Tell me that story. So I went to LA back in 2023 to watch the Angels game in which Shohei Ohtani was still in Angels. And during that time, Kikuchi from Toronto Blue Jays was pitching, and then Ohtani was batting, and then he hit a home run into an area where the fans couldn't go. And then this guy got the ball and gave it to my brother. So the next day, we went to the VIP box at the front, and I asked for his signature, but all he gave me was a side eye and not a nice glance. So after that, I've never liked him ever since. He's not really humble, so yeah, it's not my style, no way.
Got the side eye from Shohei Ohtani.
Not her style.
Look, I'll be honest with you. More of this stuff because I think we're trying to make Shohei Ohtani out to be the guy that he kind of is, right? Like, people don't trust Shohei Ohtani right now. And then you didn't sign a kid's ball?
Not a good look.
No, it's not. Like, everything is going to be scrutinized with Shohei Ohtani.
You're under a microscope, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just telling you, I told you last week, more will be developed about Shohei Ohtani. There's too much smoke around him.
No, there's a lot.
Too much. I'm over Shohei Ohtani.
I don't want you predicting things, man. Don't be predicting things.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's just let it play out, and we'll see if Shohei Ohtani's a bad guy. Translator gambled his money, didn't know $3 million got, wired. Didn't know he was scamming a guy's house, doesn't sign autographs, gives kids a side eye. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Shohei Ohtani. Maybe he will be papered. Let's just all sit back and watch. Coming up, we wrap this show up and get you set up for Thursday here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Jonathan India here, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri, get ready! DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. Later this football season, you'll be able to bet same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more right here in Missouri. Whether you're backing Kansas City to dominate on Sundays or sweating your basketball picks, DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you want to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. And when we go live in Missouri, you'll be betting from home with the top-rated sportsbook trusted by millions. Safe, secure, and ready to deliver the action like never before. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965 now to gear up for launch in Missouri. Be the first in line for exclusive promos and can't-miss offers. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements.
Gear? Check. Snacks? Check. Tires? Not so much. I didn't have time to deal with this, so I asked my friend. Her answer was simple. Take it to Telly, she said, and I'm so glad I did. They didn't just take care of my tires, they took care of me. We got you, they said, and they did. Fast, friendly, and stress-free. Now I know when life throws you a red card, take it to Telly. Stay in the game. Take it to Telly.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Lowe's knows tough jobs call for tougher tools. The new DeWalt Elite Series power tool accessories are built to last for the pro who doesn't stop. With precision fitment, durability, and impact resistance, finishing jobs faster has never been easier. Shop the new DeWalt Elite Series at an everyday low price exclusively at Lowe's. We help, you save.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsight.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
96.5 Fan, final segment here on Fescoe and Dusty with McMurray as well. It's National Radio Day today. Tell us what you love about this show so far, because we're about a year into this. We're going to keep trucking along as long as you all will let us. So 913-586-7965. What's your favorite part about Fescoe, Dusty, and Mac? Guarantee your laugh is the number one seed.
would love it. That'd be an honor. That'd be an honor. Some people hate it. It's okay.
Do they?
Sick and twisted. I'm not normal.
Who hates it?
Yeah, we get texts. I've always gotten texts like that every radio station. It's either love it or hate it. But I don't
people
care.
hate like sunshine
Happiness
and flowers and
yeah.
You seem like a professional celebrator.
913-586-7965 National Radio Day today. So, big game on Saturday. Week 0, K-State, Iowa State. Thanks to Wyatt Thompson, who joined the show earlier.
That was awesome. 11 a.m.
Yeah. Can't wait for that. Somebody 816, same guy. I love all the predictions and the hot takes. LOL. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Take the day.
Perfect.
From the 816, Max smile and laugh and hair.
Oh, hair too. Yeah.
So like Cody and Gold do the garage sale. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But if they do, would you put a lock of hair in like a little like penny pocket that they put baseball cards in and sign it as your 1-of-1 Mac Auto?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. It'd be like this guy.
Dusty, I need to come over to your house.
Have we got any more voicemails?
Yeah, do we? Do we have any
Because
more?
I look outside my window every single night after hearing that.
We don't get a lot of voicemails on the app, do
Let
we?
me see. Let me see. I'll check.
Yeah, man. Oh gosh, my favorite part about this show is that it makes my mornings survivable. Love you guys. Well, we love you. KU also plays on Saturday. Bill Brooks' traffic report makes this show. Max Childish giggles sounds like what a unicorn mane probably feels like. That's the guy that called me and said he wants to come to my house and eat my food, which AK means my soul, my heart, and everything inside. Yeah. Mac for sure, Vol fan, and his laugh, it's the same as my buddy from college, exact same. I also like Bob and
awesome.
Co. Okay.
Bob and Co.
Yeah, I guess I'm Co.
Hey, Co.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, Co?
Fescoe and Co.
Fescoe.
It's Fess and Co.
It's Fess.
Welcome to the show. It's Fess and Co. here on 96.5 The Fan. Mr. Co.
I think this is their Bob and Co.
Bob and Co.
Did that flip to a different text and say Bob and co-host Dusty too?
That could be it.
Did it flip? Did it say?
Yeah. I love it when you guys are off for the holiday. I kid. My radio is locked on 96.5, 24/7, 365.
Hey,
There we go,
we're off
baby.
for the holiday too. That makes 4 of us.
That's true. We got this message yesterday.
The boys are playing some ball at the right time. Love it.
There you go.
Who was that?
Can you give me that one more time?
The boys are playing some ball at the right time. Love it.
Was that Ned?
That's Ned right there. Yeah.
That sounds like somebody just finished. Listen to that again, and he's breathing.
This is the same guy who called Dusty.
The boys are playing some ball at the right time. Love it.
Favorite part of the show, Dusty and Max. We got Max and Co.
Max, awesome.
Love Max.
Yeah. Fescoe, Max.
Oh,
and Co and
gosh.
Max.
BBL Stinky. Somebody texting in that was their favorite part of the show.
I assume it is. I had to play it.
Yeah. It's the little things,
I
man.
haven't played it today, you know?
I mean, it's the little things. Like all morning long, people have been texting me, friends and whatnot, about like, is Binkley real? Like those, like after his take this morning about fall weddings, which we all knew.
Yes.
But even still, you've heard it, and every time he says it, we're like,
That's the same guy that was pissed at Christian McCaffrey because he dressed up on Halloween during an injury stint. Yeah, well, honestly, you ought to be worried about getting into rehab because you're going to go from the tin man to no man if he's not careful. You need more than oil to get his joints loose, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
he was mad that Christian McCaffrey.
Do you not remember
dressed
that?
up.
He's talking about, remember he had that take in the bathroom?
I remember having the bad Halloween take that he had, like Halloween.
That was what rooted the argument.
Oh, is that what started that? Because
Yes.
sometimes I'll be honest with you, Co. I just kind of listen when he starts going about stuff like this, and then I kind of dissipate myself.
Yeah, slowly kind of.
I mean, if I hear Binkley say, "Hey, I got a hot Halloween take to get to," I can only imagine where this one is going. And the pizza cutter.
Mm-hmm.
He legitimately got divorced and was more upset she took the damn pizza cutter. So you're wondering why this guy's sitting here talking about fall weddings.
I mean, the fact that guy literally, like Matt Stafford might not play a couple games because his back hurts.
That's right.
If you literally had zero voice, you had zero voice. You couldn't talk. You couldn't even whistle. And you would literally call Drew. Let's say you're doing your fantasy show.
Yeah.
You'd call me if your voice was shot, right? Like you're just out partying, maybe just performing some stuff that took a little longer than normal.
Yeah.
And you're like, Dusty, hey man, I can't do it. Can you just fill in this one Saturday? I'd be like, dude, yeah, rest your vocals. Not
football, energy drinks, beer, more football. Welcome to Bink at Night.
Hey, welcome back to I used to like to do. We call it Monday Evening Quarterback with Kit Swanson. Kit, sorry about my voice, brother.
3 hours.
Doing
just fine, my friend.
No, it didn't
man,
go on for
what did he
3
make
hours.
Mahomes
That way. Oh, it
yesterday?
did.
Was that his best
No,
performance
I thought
ever?
that was him just getting, like, sometimes the water goes down the wrong pipe. That was 3 hours of that?
2 hours. I forget we did the Chiefs show.
Oh, no.
Give me the list of quarterbacks that had better start their season than Mahomes. Again, 10, 9, 8, 7, go! You're an idiot. Sorry, Steve. You're always negative. You always are. Give me the list of quarterbacks that had better start their season than Mahomes. Again,
fastest
10,
10-second
9,
count.
8, 7, go! You're an idiot. Sorry, Steve. You're just always negative. You always are.
Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, Steve.
Don't have to apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve.
Sorry, Steve. Yeah, hey, sorry about that, Steve. Yeah. Come over for a beer and pizza. Bring the cutter.
Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever?
But what the hell were we talking about with
I have
Binkley?
no idea.
The fall weddings.
Hey, what go band? Yeah.
The fall wedding. There was something.
Pizza
cutter, fall weddings. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
You know when Dwight sells Andy the car? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Take the deal. Take the deal.
Yeah.
That's Binkley. 10, 9, 8.
I think he may have counted wrong. 10, 8, 7, 9, 4,
You're an
2.
idiot.
You're an idiot. Goodbye. Sorry, Steve. Didn't mean that.
Sorry,
no, and that also, that ending, that sorry, Steve, is like in old school when they get blue and they put the stockings over and said, get your ass in the car now. No, it's okay. We'll be fine. We'll have you home for dinner. Like, you're an idiot. You're a moron. Sorry, Steve. Didn't mean that. But you're always negative. I mean, get in the car.
Yeah.
Man, this guy's unbelievable. Oh, I love him. I mean, the whole fall wedding thing that he's still dying on that hill for, man.
Why not? I mean, own it. He stands on business. Get married in, I don't know, August, I guess? Nobody wants to do that.
No.
Get married in June. That's when you get married,
Well, that's
right?
when you're supposed to, like June bride or whatever.
I'm due in July. I don't know if he'll like that, but.
July what?
July 25th.
Okay.
2026.
Well, that's training camp started, brother.
I know.
Sorry.
Sorry, dude.
Don't know that Jay's going to be able to make that.
Yeah, explain to your wife that you can't go on the honeymoon because you have to do a live show from St. Joe and might have to talk to, Jaden Hicks.
Yeah, you may get the fourth offensive guard on that Saturday. You may get
right.
bringing stool. Honeymoon's canceled.
Oh, yeah. I can't make it.
Yeah.
913 says I could sit with a six-pack and listen to Bink Drops for hours.
Well, most of us can. I mean, think about that, though. Back in the old days, Dusty, if they would have said you got to do a show at Uncle D's, Binkley would have canceled his honeymoon. Towers of beer?
Hey, you say hi to Dave. He got me a bag of these barbecue chips. I got to be there to pick them up. Now I'm going to lose them. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, no, like, that's like...
I got to make sure the Royals and Tigers play tonight.
Right,
both teams are going to lose 100 games, Jay.
Yeah, like you're saying this stuff and people are laughing, but they're laughing, at least I am, because like that's true stuff. Like picking up a bag of potato chips, he would put on like the hierarchy of most important things. I can't do blank because I got to go meet Dave to get a bag of chips.
Would you rather spend a weekend with Binkley and Carrington or Binkley and Gold?
Oh, man.
Carrington.
Because Gold's right behind you staring at us. Not really sure why. He's got a Hooters costume in his hand.
Yeah. But no, I think Carrington
Hooters.
Because Carrington would be mercilessly like just needling Jay all weekend long.
I guess,
Alex would get bored and he'd disappear and you wouldn't know where he was.
Somebody says, I bet Pink's a fan of fall divorces, though. And on that note, we will talk to you tomorrow with Ben Maller joining the show. Go do something nice for somebody. You never know what could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It is simply cool to care. It's been Fess and Co. and Mac today. Coming up next, it's Cody Gold and Drew from 10 to 2. Take care. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Cody Gold and Drew till 1. Binkley from 1 to 2. They'll explain. Plus, they got a bunch of Hooters costumes. Talk to you tomorrow.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Whoever that bozo was doing the armpit fart